Okay, listen. Okay, listen. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes streams start because of hotkeys. Sometimes you can't control what happens. Um, so for the 14 people that were here earlier, shut up. I'm kidding. You're all cool. Thank you for being supportive. Is the audio good? Are we synced up? How are we doing? I'm going to turn it down just a little bit, right about there. Listen, things happen. Things happen. And if you were in the chat earlier and you watched, you may have seen things behind the scenes. You may have seen some behind the scenes issues, you know, because that's what happens when you're learning how to use software. I won't go into it too deep. We're just going to move on. We're going to move straight on because I was a little mortified, but I'm also not embarrassed, you know? It's okay if you guys see behind the scenes. I'm not hiding anything. Happy to share. For anybody who doesn't know what happened earlier, I accidentally turned on the live stream because I had a hotkey programmed for it. I didn't mean to, and it took me a minute to realize it was a live stream, and I only realized after, you know, so much had happened, so much stuff we won't talk about. So if you happen to see it, you're a lucky one. And also if you happen to see it, you know, happen live, I owe you an apology. You know what I mean? Like I owe you and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am really sorry. Thank you. Thank you. It's okay. I'm sorry. I know. Guys, stop. Stop. Okay, stop. How's that? Do y'all like that kind of silly, stupid stuff? It was kind of fun, right? We're just gonna have fun. We're gonna start back up where we left off last time. Hello from the Netherlands. Hopefully the Netherlands, I didn't, you know, break any of your laws with what happened earlier. Ooh. I kind of really hope that nobody noticed. I think some people noticed. It's cool. It's fine. I'm not a person who has a life. It's okay. Hi, everybody. Oh, thank you for complimenting my hair. I appreciate that. It is my hair. I did grow it. Okay, so let's just jump back in. I don't even remember where we were. Oh, actually, I wanted to do something with you guys first. I got a package. I wanted to open it. Don't worry, I'm not going to dox myself. I'm smart. I took it off. How is the sync? I think I was playing with the audio sync the other day. How does it look? Do we sound in sync? Like, you know, early 2000s? What do you guys think it is before I open it? I'm already opening it before you see it. Before the final reveal. I'll give you a hint. It comes in this size of a box. Could be anything. see what you guys are saying. I have to pull up the screen separately to see what you're saying. Hello. Oh, my throat just did a thing. Sorry for that gurgle. Hello in South Africa. I'm muted. Can y'all hear me good? Sync's good? Cool. Let's do it. All right, guesses. What's in here? Scale. That'd be cool. It'd be like the Pixis, like really tiny. It's relative to my hand. This is how big it is. Honestly, it could literally be anything to a lot of people. Y'all ready? What's that? I don't know what that is. 4-ounce coffee? I don't think I'd ever order that little coffee. I think I would only ever order more than that. I think I'd be very picky about that. It is the Barista grip. Is this going to be backwards? I feel like my screen might be horizontally flipped. So I'm not sure if, yeah, it's backwards for y'all. Sorry. It just looks weird the other way. So I flipped this is what more like my house looks like. So I have it reversed, but it's the Barista grip. Anyway, so you're technically seeing me reversed. That's kind of cool, right? We could flip it. I can flip it. It would take 2 seconds if you really want to see. We're going to go back though immediately. Whoops. Wait, why didn't it work? Oh, because I'm a fool is why. I'm a fool. Yeah. Okay. Whoa. Weird. I don't like it. It's weird. It looks weird. Look at that. It looks much better though. You can definitely see that looks a lot better. Actually looks really good on camera. This is not promotion. They did send this to me. This is like an Australian company, I think. Some dudes out in Australia just doing it, man. We're going to flip this back though. This is crazy. This looks weird. I don't like this. I don't like it. Okay. That's nice. Feels good. That feels good. You try watching yourself on screen. How's everybody doing? How's everyone? Okay. Ooh, cute. So this is a, so it came with a little, cute little Barista grip sticker. Little octopus. That's actually so cute. I love octopus. Octopi, octopi, octagon. I love them all. All the octos, mostly, you know. And then what it comes with is these guys. Look at these. Look at these little guys right here. So these are supposed to slide onto your pitcher. And then it's like a grip. So I have a picture right here. So we'll see if it fits. I think I'll show you. So you do this. Oh gosh. I don't know if it's going to work on the big one. Is there a better way? I'm just kind of speculating this is how you do it. This is kind of aggressive. Okay. Is that right? Okay. I think that's right. So now you you can grip the pitcher. I hold the pitcher like this, so I don't know if that's going to be good for me. We'll see. See, it feels a little, maybe like I have it in the wrong spot. I don't know. I guess that works. Ooh, it kind of feels weird. I don't know if I like the feeling. It looks cool. It's like a silicone rubber kind of thing. It's like, I don't know. It looks cool and it definitely grips. Yeah, it grips. We're going to be giving latte art advice soon, so calm down. Everybody get in here. Start talking. Come up in the chat. Tell me what you think. What do you think of this grip? Would you do it? Would you use this? It definitely feels different. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So I guess y'all quiet today. Not sure if it looks that useful. I get it. I get that. Yeah, I get that 100%. Also, hi. Let's see what the other one looks like before we move on. It's kind of cool. I think it works. I don't know if the navy is going to look good on the black picture. It seems like a solution for a problem you don't have. I totally agree. I don't diss it. I don't want to diss it. Like I think this is kind of cool. Like if you're a latte artist, deck out your picture. You know what I mean? I'm into it. That being said, it is exactly a problem I don't think I had before. Okay, This looks a little different. The blue on black is like, you're not supposed to do that. It doesn't look right. So I think it would have to be, oh gosh, there's still water in here. Oh my goodness. Blue on white, right? Where's my white picture? I might go be, hold on. Hold on. I hope that was loud. Okay. We're back. Oh yeah, if Luna's in the chat, I'm wearing the baggy pants because they're super comfy. Can't not. I didn't wear them that much yesterday though. Only for like 5 minutes just to get a stain off because I got a stain on them immediately after getting them. What was I gonna show you? Oh yeah, the grip. And then we'll move on. What did James say? What? What? Oh. You know what they say about big hands? Little feet. Big hands, little feet. I think that's how it goes. Okay. That looks better. That looks kind of cool, actually. I think, though, I'll be real with you guys. If I showed up to any throwdown with my picture looking like this, I have a feeling I would get made fun of. A little bit. And I think, like, honestly, maybe it's rightfully so. This is like, I don't know. It feels like I'm like, you know, taping up my hands to go boxing. You know what I mean? It feels like an extra thing. Now, no diss. I actually think these are really cool. The people who shouted it out or who sent it, shout out to them because this is really sick. And I haven't used it. So these are just me like, you know, speculating. Yeah, I'm wearing the Peak beige ones, but I got a stain on them. Actually, I didn't get a stain on them. I got toothpaste on them and accidentally like bleached a spot. It sucks. So I have to fix that. I've already started fixing it. All right, Nathan, it's good to see you. Are you leaving? All right, bye. Guys, shall we jump back in? I don't know even what to do. Okay. We're here. Hey. Where are we though? Wait, where did we leave off? This is what I used for the thumbnail, Luna. I got you. But we got to find out where we left off because I don't remember where we were. Nice. Oh, oh shoot, before we get started, I need to figure out how to make the cursor visible. Let me just Google it really quick. Because I didn't fix that. How do I turn off my notification sound? We're gonna get into this, guys. Don't worry. I think I just did it. Okay. 1 second. How to activate cursor in OBS. Oh, not OVS. Jeezies. Properties of your capture source. In the properties. Guys, we're doing ASMR again. I'm just kidding. Wait, where's the... That's so frustrating. Don't use preset. Sorry, I got a message. Why? It doesn't show me that. Guys, we're in it again. We did it again. I want to do the cursor. I don't want to go any further until we do the cursor. Listen, if you're watching this later in time, I'll put chapter markers or something for when the stream really starts. Or you can just hang out with me. There's no rush. Chill. Take it easy. Chill. I just wish I could see where it would show me that. Settings. Appearance. You're not seeing what I'm seeing on my screen, so I'm not reacting to the pores like this. Also, I love that we're leaving it on the Coccino. I was going to say, in regards to the Coccino, I made a Coccino channel. Look, right here. And we're going to come back and we're going to do a little bit of a Coccino roundup. Actually, we'll do that today. We'll do that before we leave. So stay for that. Output. Ooh, wait, maybe this is it. It's not it. Dang it. Video. Dang it. That's not it either. Dang it. Oh, wait. I think I may have found it. Ugh, I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're waiting on me. I'm sorry you're waiting on me, but you're just going to have to wait for a second because we're going to make this work. It's somewhere really obvious because I saw it. I saw it the other day. Show. Wait, I think I found it. Hold on. Oh my gosh. You guys are getting to watch me react to things in real time. Like, oh wait, I think I just unhit it. Oh wait, did I undo it? No? What? What? I'm sorry. I know you're all here for one thing, but just chill. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll be right back. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do, hold on, one of these numbers. Just chill. Take it easy. Y'all, I found it. Can y'all still hear me? Guys, I think I did it. Okay, I'll be right back. Y'all chill. Y'all chill. I'm gonna make sure this works. figured it out. Look. Wait. Yep. Yo, whatever. I had to do it over again. So I realized I was using the wrong settings. I had it on not a display. It was like a video capture thing. So I was like, I had to basically start from scratch and make this for you guys. But we're back. But it might be weird. Hold on. Can you see? So when I zoom up, you can't see. That's really interesting. Okay, so I need to bring, before we do anything, I need to bring YouTube up in this panel so that I can read your comments as we go. That'll take 1 second. How do I do that? I know, more technical difficulties. It's okay. I can do this right here by going to my content, going to live, and going to the active live. Hey, we're in. I might do a little echo thing here for a second. Hold on. No, I don't want to do it this way. Okay, 2 more seconds. We're almost there, guys. Guys, give me 1 second. So many technical difficulties today. Maybe we should have just done this. It's hard to know these are going to happen until it happens. But I did forget about the cursor. So basically, I'm just trying to join y'all's live. Maybe I can just do this. Maybe I just copy the stream over. That's probably the move. Y'all, never ending, y'all. We're in. Y'all, now I got the pop-out chat. That's perfect. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. It doesn't work. This is going to be fine. We're doing it like this. Okay, guys. So, what's up, guys? We're in. We are officially in. I think everything works. The sync should be good. I've got a full battery, actually. Full battery, and I got other batteries charging in the background. We're going to get through these larts. We got the Coccino roundup coming in today. And yeah, don't worry. I will cut all of these up eventually, so they'll be in a more concise order. And if not that, I'll at least put chapters. But how's everybody doing? We're back in. Look at that. The spike ticked up. Coccicinos. LOL. Should we just do the Coccino roundup now, or should we do the members who have posted in the submissions first? I feel like chat. Should we do Coccicinos first, or should we do submissions first and save Coccicinos as like a dessert? What do you think? Dessert? Dessert or now? Save it? Okay. Saving it because it's fun. All right, y'all remember where we were last on the page? I don't really remember where we were. I think not this far. No, we were still on like the first day that we submitted, right? We finally made it. Oh yeah, last time I was here, we got like stuck here. Oh, it's so good. It's working now. Maybe I can read the comments from my phone. I can read them from my screen. I just wanted them. It's just like, because, okay, so I wish I could show you what I'm doing, but I have like half the screen being the Discord, half the screen being, Why is your lart is on the thumbnail? Because we haven't gotten to it yet. And I was like scrolling through and I was like, I need someone who's posted something good to like be the thumbnail. I make the thumbnails while I'm setting up the stream. So like I'll do like I'll like look at your actual photos and be like, huh, it's pretty good. And I'll like screenshot that and then I use it for the thumbnail. It takes like 30 seconds. It's actually a really good strategy. It looks really good too, I think. It makes the stream look more legit. All these little things. Wait, we were here last time, right? We were on the spill. I think that's right. So next we will be under Jess again. Hey, that's the Chimera. Maybe I spoke about this last time. I'm going to do that a ton where I accidentally click through. I might have spoken about this last time, but I feel like the Chimera looks like the Floop guy from Spy Kids. You know, with the 3 heads. You know, like it was like, or not the 3 heads, the three, like the hands all over his face. That's what it looks like. Again, Jess coming in with just a beautiful setup. Let's see. Hey, I like the kind of committing to the pour. I do think, oops, I did it again. Britney Spears did. I do think you need to kind of launch in a different way than just kind of throwing. Like instead of just leaning in and throwing it, I think that Jess, it would do you better to find a way to either drift to the base or fall back and use the spout. I still have the grip on. Use the spout to kind of land and then push rather than like stopping and throwing. So the stopping and throwing is going to kind of choke up that forward moment or that forward push. It's just like it doesn't really create the current you want. And you want some current because you actually want distance from where the beginning of your base is and your spout. Having it launch away from you is where you will be able to then ripple. And because it's moving away from you, you're going to catch more brown. And that's just what happens, because if it's moving away, then you ripple. It's stretching that ripple as you go, which creates a wider or more color and a taller, how do I say, taller wings for the negative space. So when you're looking at like a wing base, all the negative brown, so you can kind of see it like this brown right here and right here. It would look more brown and it would pop more if you had some of the movement in your milk prior to doing that. That's why we do push bases. That's why we do drift bases, like leaning down the pitcher. I don't even know that's really what it's called. I just call it that. And then just kind of like launching it off. Getting the milk to move away is what you want. So you can get all that color. It's going to make it pop. I personally think that pours look really pretty when they are a combination of the thick white lines are exactly the same thickness as the brown. So they like have the same negative space as they have the white space. It looks really cool. I think it's just a really neat effect if you can make it happen. Let's keep watching. Kind of like, I think, oops. I'm the worst at that. I am the worst. I think you integrated just the right amount. I just think you need to figure out a different way to land. And you could also do a few more ripples. You kind of prematurely stopped here just a little bit. I think you could just go longer and have a more magnificent base. I like that layer. I do think you should whip it a little harder so that you catch more color in it. It's still good though. And that's a great scoop. Good scoop. Kind of lean into your cut a little bit so that it shapes the next layer more than it did there. It just would look nicer if you kind of leaned in. I actually really like how you did this. I have no complaints. I just think you'd like it if you did that a little bit different. I do really like this pour. See, what we want to do is we want to get rid of some of this kind of, you don't really see the negative space, you know? You get that negative space from the movement. We need more movement. But it's fantastic. Things you're doing really well is like your spacing is really nice. The fact that you are nailing ripples is really nice. You have a really great ripple stream. I just think I want to see more of it. I want to see more ripples because I want to see those ripples come all the way up into your top hearts. And that would look really, I think that would look really cool. And I think down here in the middle, you could have a little bit more color. And that would just come from not pushing it so fast and kind of whipping it side to side a little more. Scale. What about no scale? What in the whereabouts about no scale? All right, let's move on. That's a good pour, Jess. You should be proud. I like this. See, in this, you get a lot of color in this leaf because you're moving back really fast. That's nice. It's nice. David. David, you're so funny. That's so funny. Listen, I kicked you off because you were saying hi too much. I'm glad you did it. It's totally appropriate for you to do it all in one. That's okay. I'm sorry I kicked you off last time. I thought you were trolling us. You might have been, but it's okay. If you do it again, I'll kick you off again, though. I would not hesitate. It's all love. It's all love, guys. Wait, who are we watching? Is this Jess again? It's Jess again, right? I don't know if we should do two. We might do this one. Let's see. Is this the Rosetta? That's really nice. I like your wide wave. See the wider the wave is a 12-ounce pitcher good to start with? Sure. It's small. 12 ounces is kind of small, so you might want to. It's nicer to steam in a 12-ounce, and I like to use a bigger pitcher, but you absolutely don't have to. That being said, I think 16 to 22 are my favorites, but you can use 12. I used 12 for like the first million years in my career. A lot of people do. I really like these leaves coming back. I think the base got a little choked up and you don't have a lot of white coming into it. Sorry, brown coming into it. And that would happen from that momentum, that push. And you're just kind of like, it's just how you're throwing the milk into the cup rather than landing back and letting it come out of the pitcher on its own. That's pretty important. Luna, are you in the 22-ounce pitcher gang? Did I influence you? Am I an actual influencer? I don't get commission for these guys. Should I boycott and make my own pitcher? What are your thoughts on that? Should I boycott? Should we boycott the people that have supported us? They haven't really like paid me almost ever. So should we just boycott? Yeah, when y'all buy these, I don't get commission. People are saying yes, boycott. Yeah, I should get a commission, right? I feel like I've sold probably thousands of these pitchers. That being said, I've never bought one of these pitchers because they've sent me them every time. Slow Pour Supplies, they're great. I would never betray. I love Anita. That being said, should we make our own? Should we become rivals? Should we become rivals? Is that toxic? Is that toxic energy? I kind of want to do it. I feel like if anyone made a pitcher, it'd be me. You know what I mean? Or if anyone made cups, it'd be me. Would y'all buy my cups? Would you buy my cups? I was thinking of some merch that you guys might like. Since I call everybody scumbags, I want to sell totes that just say scum on them. It's the scum bag. What do y'all think? Would you buy that? Make cups, make a scum bag, right? That's in that order. You'd buy an in cup? The scum bag pitcher? Yeah. Yeah, the bag, of course, would have room for your pitcher. It'd have to. It would have to. Scumbag. I think that's so funny because it just says scum. So that's kind of like fashion forward. And it's called the scum bag because it's a bag. You would take it to the grocery store and shit. I can dream, right? Oh, we also have to make the farting tamper. Farting tamper. You kind of have to say it with an Australian accent a little bit. Yeah, you're going to have this. Dude, would you guys buy a scumbag? Would you buy it? I'll make them if you buy them. I'll commission like 100 and I'll sell 100. They'll be special edition. Scumbag. So good. Okay. New York is so loud. Do you guys know how many times I have to reshoot things in New York? I've just like given up with New York. I just let it be in the background. This looks pretty good. I like this Rosetta. Again, open up that base, get a little push going. Very nice. Let's go into this one. Edward Chimera. Ooh. This is beautiful. I love this. Did we review these last time? I feel like I may have seen this. I might have seen this. It's possible I like skimmed through a few and I saw this. I don't know. But I think this is correct. Sorry, my hair's doing weird things. I need to get it cut. Or cut it myself. And there's all these images around me. It's so hard. Let's watch this one again. So some things I really love about this is, the integration is like, I don't really love doing the circles. I do it all the time. So it's not a big deal. I just don't personally love it. I just do it. You did it really well. Light and sweet and everything sunk under the crema. Kind of looks like that crema should be stirred just a little bit more. It's got some brown streaks right here, which ideally you don't get because that can kind of warp shit. not warp, sorry, warp's the wrong word. It can distort the color in certain folds, and you don't want that. I like how you landed backwards and created that momentum, that forward flow. That's exactly what we want. See how the lines have a lot of color right here? Now it's not as much as the actual white, but it still pops and it looks really beautiful. You can send your latte art in the Discord. I'm talking to chat. You can send your latte art in the Discord. It's in the link in the bio. Yeah, cups are great for business. Are great business for you guys, but scary to ship. I get that. I get that. Really nice pullback. I think you need to kind of lean in to this current as you pull back. So there's a kind of a shift moment that happens when you're doing the Rosetta. Also, we may have reviewed this one earlier because there's that little pocket right there. That's a pretty common thing. That pocket comes from not being, look, your base is not, you're leaning towards away from you. And you're biasing there. So you have that little pocket. I do think we may have done this one before. Chat, let me know if I've reviewed this already. And then as you pull back, you could be leaning into your picture a little more. I think that once with rosettas like this where you want the open leaves, it's nice to do the switchback where you're rippling, and then you almost prematurely start to lean back, but you lean into the ripples because you're gonna whip the picture harder. You're gonna like swing it harder to get those really wide leaves. And what's happening is when you are swinging it harder, you are thinning out the rosetta more. So you need to compensate by leaning in. Does that make sense? You have to lean the picture in because now you are donating more foam per second while you're swinging, which is also kind of like taking away a lot of your foam. So the more aggressive you are with a swing, the more you need to tilt to a point, as they always go, Goldilocks rules. But that's a true thing. And then when you come back up on the stalk, you actually want to go higher than you think you need to because you see this little pointy leaf right here? If you would come up higher, like all the way up here where your spout kind of is shadowing, then you pushed in because that's the intention is we're going to push in after to either do a ripple or to do a stack or just filling in the heart to make sure it's balanced up here. You go higher, then you push in. It's going to preserve these two little leaves right here because what's going to happen is they're going to be taller than the rest of the leaves, but that's okay because you're about to push them in a little bit. And if they're not taller, at least they'll be a little more open and they'll kind of closer mimic the leaves you made prior right there. So that's what I would give you advice on is to lean in, pull back more, emphasize that wave, come back higher, push in deeper, and don't be so biased in the beginning, you silly goof. I'm just kidding. You're awesome. You're beautiful. You should be proud of this pour. Your base has just really beautiful wrap and really beautiful salmon lines going on in there. Just some shaping stuff I would play around with. See, you're going to stack anyway, and so what's going to happen is these little ones in the middle are going to shrink. It's still really pretty, but you could have saved that, I think, a little bit more. And then you kind of bricked some of these leaves, which just means that you took away that empty space that was in them, probably from the way that you were sinking it and how symmetrically you were sinking it. And maybe just would have been that they weren't wide enough to even save, But it is pretty. I'm not trying to take away from you. And things I really love is the negative space on the top hearts. I don't like that it's a little asymmetrical though. So work on that. Ooh. I was out for the weekend and I was doing a lot of talking in loud places. So my voice is like going out. You can already kind of hear it. I can feel it. So make sure I stay hydrated. Also, I have coffee. I have coffee too. Maybe I just need to calm down. Maybe I just speak too fast sometimes. I just want to get all the information out there before it goes away in my brain. Let's see. Somebody texted me. Guys, I keep getting charged from JetBlue, but I don't fly JetBlue. What's that about? I do not have a favorite cup. I pour into whatever cups I have, I pour into whatever cups I got. It is beautiful, I do want to say. Edward, your pour is really pretty. You should be proud. But I have to critique it. Oh, wait, this is Oliver, I think. That was beautiful. That's an absolutely beautiful base. But, oops. Some things, Oliver, if that is really you. Is that you? I don't know. I really like the ripples here. Absolutely phenomenal. You are rippling at a really nice kind of open pace. You're not going too fast. You're not going too slow. You're almost like your ripples are just super rhythmic in just the right way. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. When the milk is moving away from you, see all this brown. Look at this brown. This is beautiful. Look at that. I mean, you can just see pocket of brown, pocket of brown, pocket of brown, all the way in here where it kind of thins out. This is what I'm talking about too, is that when you're rippling, you can see the effect right here. When you ripple with your pitcher, the thicker part of the foam is going to be when it comes up here because it's thinning out, but then it's coming back down. And so there's like a beat where it has enough time to create the hook. You see that here. Ripple up, creates the hook, comes back down. And because of that, there's more foam that comes out on these little side bits. And that's why wings work. And that's why they also get kind of hollow in the center, because as you continue to ripple, see how there's like this little thin bit here that gets smushed and stretched, kind of like when you stretch like taffy, you know, and it gets thinner and thinner and thinner. It gets thin right here. So it's really nice aesthetically when you have these wide ripples. Some people like this section to be more visible. I actually think it's really pretty when the wing isn't that visible in that section, but the lines are still kind of there. They're just subtly visible. I just think it's beautiful. And then the movement forward, which helps guide things forward while still flowing enough to create some distance. See how there's still these little pockets of brown? Phenomenal. You're doing everything right. You are a little biasing towards away from you. Yes, away from you, because this wing is more wrapped in and structured than the other side. So fix that. See how it's still really great. Actually, I take it back. You're only a little biasing towards that side. You're actually doing really well. But you can see it in the base too. This next layer is not so great because you are landing here on this. If you're turning the cup and it's the top of the base, this like upper right corner, and that's not where you want to land. You want to land right in the middle before you do ripple. See? You land here and you can literally see this little V-neck triangle where everything curved in. The lighter lines right here are warping in this kind of curve flat shape because you started on the edge rather than starting in the middle or just in between these two peaks right here. Yeah, and that's the thing you did. Can we get some likes in the chat? Can we get some likes? And can we get some comments? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Talk to each other. We're here. I want to have more, I want y'all to be involved. If you have questions, ask them. I may not be able to see all of them, but, it is what it is. But yeah, so you need to great ripple. Look at that. Great ripple, but you're not in the right spot. And so it's going to warp this side up more and not this side over here. Absolutely beautiful though. You got great color. And then you come back up again and you're still pushing away from you. You're still in this quadrant here instead of being here. You honestly could have saved this a little bit had you kind of overstacked the heart in the middle more versus coming over here to the right. But coming to the right really emphasized the wrap on this side of the wing and not this side of the wing. There was a way to kind of pull this side of the wing back in if you had overwrapped it, maybe compensated. Maybe. It's hard to say. Beautiful top hearts though. Great separation. No complaints there. Really beautiful. You should be proud. Just shape these things up in order in the right location. Think about where you want it to land. Guys, I'm hungry. I'm gonna order food. What do we want? What should I get? I'm out of groceries. What should I get? I usually cook everything I make. I usually cook all my meals, unless I'm traveling. But right now I want to, hey Sean, yeah, more reviews. We're back. We're so back. I want to order in though. What? Why did it kick me out? That's annoying. I haven't used this in long enough. I haven't used my Uber Eats in months. I want food. You're crazy. Oh, you're saying it's cooking is crazy. I cook all the time. I also eat moderately healthy, I would say. I don't really buy preservative foods except for I really love Hawaiian sweet rolls. I really love Hawaiian sweet rolls. And I'll eat them as often as I critique your latte art, I guess. I don't know. Let me back in. Why are you being weird? I just want to eat food. What should I get, guys? I don't want Chipotle. Chipotle is a good option, but I don't want it. Pizza would be good. Pizza? You want me to get pizza, though? That's like a whole thing. It's like I'm one person. There's a really good pizza place near me. What? Okay, hot topic. Not the place. The conversation we're going to have. Honey on pizza. Thumbs up or thumbs down in the chat right now. Honey on pizza. This is not a test. I just want to know. Honey on pizza. Can I make a poll? Be cool if I could. Do you guys ever do that? Oh, I can make a poll. Oh, honey on pizza? Guys, we're real now. We're like a real hot honey. Hot honey, for sure. Hot honey counts. I would say hot honey is like the default, you know? So far people say yes. I agree with you. I think it's one of the most delicious things in the world to have any kind of pizza with just the lightest drizzle of honey. It doesn't have to be hot. It just is so good. But when I tell people that, they freak out. They actually freak out. They're like, that sounds disgusting. And I'm like, no, it's actually really, 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 really delicious. I'm not insane. No, I'm not washed. You gotta try it. It's delicious. Try it. We're gonna get this. I'm gonna get a pizza from this place. It's called Rosie's. It's so good. They do, guys, before we get into the next one, I know people are gonna be like, get out of this pizza topic, but we're ordering a pizza. Should I get the one that's spicy that has sausage and jalapenos, or the one that has like sausage and what is that? Ricotta and Mike's honey. I think that answers itself. I think that's the Mike's honey. Y'all, this pizza's expensive. Donate in the chat to help the pizza support fund. Oh, that's perfect. A 10-inch is perfect. I'll do pie cut and then we'll... Okay, another poll. New poll. New poll. Can I close this poll? End poll. New poll. Wait, we also... Oh, I have another one too. Another one. Another one is ranch on pizza. Ranch on pizza, guys. Do you? It's a very American thing to do that. Ranch on pizza is, I think, honestly really delicious, but it's not like something I always do. Honey on pizza, I always do. But I am gonna... Ranch on pizza is okay, but nobody likes sardines. Did I say sardines? What did I say? Anchovies. I said anchovies, not sardines. Sardines and coffee, that's a different conversation. We'll have that conversation later. People dip their pizza in ranch. I've done it. Did I spell anchovies wrong? I probably did. I don't even know what I wrote. All I know is that I just threw it in there real quick. Everything's moving so fast. All right, I'm ordering it. It's happening. Please don't mess up. One time I actually really like, this has happened before where I've ordered from this specific place and the guy who delivers it, oh, it's so long away. Wait, guys, we might have to double down. We get a promotion. I know you're waiting on me to do more latte art, but don't worry. We will. If I add, this is how they get you. If I add more, it'll be cheaper. So I have to add stuff. This is bad. This is bad. This is how they get you. What do we say? Tiramisu? I'm kidding. Once I'm done with this, we'll get right back into it. So sorry, I'm taking all your time. I know we already waited for the live to start. It is what it is. We have to add another thing. And then we're so in. Oh my gosh, that's super annoying. Okay. Oh man, y'all really did not like sardines or anchovies. Place the order. Done. Looks good. Guys, we're in. We did it. I did it. I placed the order. This place is really good. This place makes like really thick crust. Super delicious. Okay. I think that this pour is really beautiful. I can't believe I just spent so much time on pizza. But it looks like y'all have your consensus, which is that it's bad to have anchovies on pizza. I would never dip a red sauce pizza in ranch unless the pizza itself is bad. That's just insulting to the pizza. Agreed. Well, no, wait, unagree. I actually like it sometimes as like a guilty pleasure. But I unagree. I don't think that I would, I don't do it every time. If it's a fancier pizza, like if it's a really nice, brick oven pizza or something, I tend to not do that, but I will do honey. I still do honey every time. Okay, let's get out of this. We have to... Wait, I messed this up. Great, that was a good pour. Ooh, this is the beautiful cup. This is the, Wait, what was I doing? Oh, sorry, guys. I got distracted. I'll go back. Okay, so really nice swirl right off the bat. I wonder if you have too much milk here. I can't really tell. Kind of looks like you might. I like that you landed backwards. Right now, it just kind of looks like your milk's a little puffy. Those are really great ripples, actually, all things considered. I just think that, wow, you really are working against the elements here. I think something's going on with your milk or your espresso because it just looks a little puffy, but you absolutely are doing the motions. You are getting the ripples in. Those are beautiful ripples. I love how you let it drift a little bit from you before you start to fill it in. Wonderful, fantastic technique. Right there, you could have rippled twice more, I think, instead of just holding that blob because, look, if you hold it there, you're just going to get that spot. You land in a great spot. If you're trying to do a hollow, you need to go higher. If you're not trying to do a hollow, you need to stay closer for this layer right here. That layer is fantastic. And yeah, I think that your milk is something's going on with your milk. It might be like a little too thin, but the foam is like all on top, or maybe you're not swirling it enough, or you're pouring into some kind of weird coffee like you have your beans right here, so you're making it fresh, I would assume, but sometimes it's the coffee, sometimes mostly it's the milk. It looks really thin to me with like a layer of strange foam. Yeah, I would work on your milk. I don't know. I would just go back to the drawing board with your milk a little bit for this, whatever you're using. Maybe, did you tell us what you're using? Because your shape is great. Everything about what you're doing looks really good. Like, I don't want to take away from that. Your grip is great where you're holding this. I like how it's going down your arm. So you're very symmetrical with the handle. It's perfect. It's just that, it's crinkly. Why is it crinkly? Something's going on there. Good luck figuring that out. All right, let's do it. Nice flash. I would say with the integration, slow down with like throwing it because you kind of saved it, I think, but there's a little bit of that white just right here. Sorry, I'm reading something. Integrate. Don't be so rolly with, don't like roll it around so much. You can see it kind of warps the back of your cup a little bit. The way you're holding the cup, you want to tilt the cup more and just kind of aim for the middle. If you're going to do circles, aim for tighter circles and just don't throw it around too much because you might end up breaking the back wall. You might also leave a little bit of white behind, which happened right here. It's okay. Just try not to do that. And then integrate a lot less would be my advice because see how you're trying to get in to pour? Like you're trying to drop in. It's going to be trickier because you have so much foam there and just the angle that you're coming in. You either want to let it drift by landing back or integrate, stop, land back, push, something like that. If you just like start by coming at it like this, the foam is not going to push it before you start the ripple and it's not really going to go anywhere. And it's also going to be chunky because you've filled up so much. So you have so much foam in the cup already. You want less foam in the cup so that things flow around a little better. You might actually have been able to do this had you started sooner, you know? That's what I would say. That'd be my advice right here. Because right now it's not going to really show up until later. There it comes. Great layer, great layer. These look good. I think your milk has a little bit too much texture and could be rolled around a lot more, like polished a lot more. You also have too much milk. But your milk generally looks like it has too much texture. I would just be a little bit more thoughtful and delicate with how you get the foam in there, whichever method you're using. And then focus on like rolling that foam a lot. Right here, I would have stopped there, right? A little earlier. And then you would have landed in the cup and then it wouldn't be so full and you'd have a lot more room and your grip is great. What you're doing is great. Your ripples could be wider, but generally your placement's really nice. If you have layers that aren't really showing up like this, just forego that fifth layer on the top and just emphasize the one before it and give it a wiggle and really lean in. That way it fills in. So it looks much nicer when you fill it in versus having two layers that kind of disappear after you cut them. See, you don't want them to disappear. I would have just allocated all the milk for one if I knew it was kind of getting a little dicey. But working in the moment's really hard. So like kudos to you for doing this and on camera and with flash. Just saying that work on the milk texture just a little bit. Find a different way to land in the cup. That's probably your biggest homework, I would say. And then integrate a little less as you're working on that because you'll want less integration to give you the space to do those things. Ooh, they're picking up my order. That's so fast, actually. Wow. Oh, it's still gonna be a while. Okay. I'm not gonna I don't know. Maybe I'll do it all. I don't know. We'll see. Does the steaming technique change depending on which milk? I would say that the steaming technique stays the same other than some milks will take and receive foam different ways. So it's the same exact technique of get the air in early, be gentler with it, generally speaking, because you want the tiny bubbles to get tinier. You don't want big bubbles to get tinier. That's like a waste of your time. That being said, machine to machine, the technique stays the same, except for that some machines are weaker. So something that really can't move the milk around, you will tilt your pitcher more, right? Or you'll like exaggerate the tilt of the steam wand if you can, but you're still doing the same steaming technique. You're just changing the angles so that things kind of flow in that same traditional way, creating the vortex, mixing the air in early. That always stays the same. Ooh. I need water. My voice hurts. What's up, Zaya? We might get to yours today. We just might. I don't know. What was I talking about? My brain broke. What was I just talking about? Oh, does the steaming milk technique change? No, not really. It depends. Like, so for some milks, like certain milks won't take foam very well, so you'll need to add more foam. And then certain machines won't throw the milk very well, so you might have to exaggerate the angle of the steam wand. Versus if it's a really strong machine, you would want the steam wand to not be at a crazy angle because it's going to throw the milk out of your pitcher. So like same timeline of add air, mix the air, wait till it's hot, drink it, but different technique machine to machine in terms of the angle and the best practices for getting the most out of those machines. And also differences depending on brand to brand for alternative milks. For alternative milks, because I don't want to tell you like oat milk always needs more air. It doesn't. And a lot of different milks need certain things. It depends on the recipe. It's brand to brand. Okay, let me check on that order. I'm so hungry. Keep checking on the order. Oh, he's gonna get it. Oh, he's cool. He's got cool facial piercings. It's kind of cool. He's a cool guy. Okay, fix my hair. Get back into it. I'm not vain. I just have 3 cameras on me right now. It doesn't, wait, my local cafe has this magical steam milk dispenser that creates the smoothest, silkiest milk I've ever seen. Honestly, it's beyond incredible. Have you seen those before? Is it the, oh, what are those called? I know what you're talking about, but I forgot what they're called. Oh, gosh. Latte Art Factory? Oh, sorry, my jaw hurts. Do you mean the Latte Art Factory ones? They're really cool. Yeah, they like steam the milk if that's the one you're talking about. If it's a dispenser, I think that's right. Or it's the like Wally, but the Wally is like the Marzocco that steams it for you. It like tilts it and stuff. Okay, let's watch more pours. Yeah, it has a touchscreen. Yeah, I think that's the Latte Art Factory. Shout out my friend Cabell Tice, who works for them. Yeah, Luna, what's up? Ask your question before we start the next video. I'm down. I might need to go like close the windows, I think, at some point, because it's gonna start getting dark out and I don't want people to really like give a fuck, you know, what I'm doing in here. Not that it matters. I don't really care. Oops, I missed some things. You only use Amsterdam. Is there anything similar? I like Amsterdam cups. I actually don't own any. I own mostly Lavaramics, and I own this one cup that's from Bauscher, which is a cup that I got from my old company. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Holding for sound. And there's like sirens too. Yeah, I use this cup called Bauscher. It's just a sentimental cup. It has a nice curve to it, and it's very small. I also will sometimes use like anything sentimental. I just have a bunch. I don't necessarily recommend Lavaramics. Again, I don't get sponsors by them, but also I don't recommend them. Like, so something you don't like want in a cup, I'll just tell you what you don't want. I'm holding for the alarms. I'm gonna wait like a minute. New York is New Yorkin'. New York is New Yorkin'. You want a cup that has a thin lip, like a thin lip on the wall, you know? So like this little bit, you want it to be very thin, and ideally not tapered out like this. So not like this, and not where it kind of curves out a little bit, because it's going to give you a higher potential for spillage and breaking your meniscus, and it's going to stretch the design at the edges, which can sometimes stretch the crema if you're like a technique user where the crema's on top a lot more and you don't mix it so much, and it can cause crinkling. It doesn't look good. It can cause like a spot where the milk will kind of look like it's falling apart on the sides. It'll look like you busted your base, but you didn't. It just started to bleed over the sides and stretched what was already there. So you want kind of thinner walls, which is not always the best for cafes generally, but I think they're pretty good because they don't tend to absorb a lot of heat. But they're not exactly insulated, right? Hold on. Before I answer the rest of that, I just want to check it out, see if he got it. Looks like he may have picked it up, or he's about to. Okay. So you want a thinner wall. This would actually be a good option if it wasn't a tall cup. And Amsterdams are nice because they're kind of wider, which it's just nice. I don't really like that about Lavaramics, that they have the wider lip. So actually, this is a great example. Right here, this pour has it looks like, not an Amsterdam, sorry. It looks like a Lavaramics. And you see how it's bleeding over the edge? That's what you don't want. And you see how it's like kind of like off color here? Right here? That comes from it bleeding over the edge. See? It's because like all this, and also look at all this. Look how it's not even all in here. This is a beautiful pour. I don't want to talk crap about the pour. The pour is stunning. We'll talk about it in a minute. But this happens to my pores when I use Lovaramics as well. And it happens in certain other like cups, kind of like Acme, but Acme's not too bad. Yeah, you want to avoid that if you can. And honestly, if you find a good cup, let me know. Emilee, I'm a huge fan. Aw. Biggest inspiration. Dude, sick. I hope that you know. These submissions aren't videos, so you got to submit a video for me to watch. I wish I had a video of my pouring to send you. I know, I wish you did too. These pours are really nice though. You are working in those kind of like cylindrical cups. Those are kind of tricky, but those are really nice. I think you could, if you're doing the slow base like this, move forward with the pitcher a little bit more at the very end. And also try to start a little sooner, or yeah, I'd say start a little sooner, tilt a little more, but do the stream a little more gently because these cups are so cylindrical. You're going to have to tilt even sooner than you're going to feel comfortable. It's going to be like on a really strong tilt like that. And so it has a chance to warp. So you want to go slower, side to side, wide, but maintain that flow rate. That would be my advice. And then zip it up slowly as well as you come through. And that'll get rid of some of this like kind of filled up part here in the middle, which isn't bad. I think you could add more lines and it would look really cool. Kind of the same story here. I think more in your base. I want to see more. I love these secondary layers. I love how you're shaping things and wrapping things properly. I love these hooks at the top, but I want to see more in the wing. I want to see either more ripples or more side-to-side motions, which might mean you have to start sooner. We'll see. I always say that. We should get a shirt that just says start sooner. That's actually kind of motivational, right? That's a motivational thing. We could do that. I could commission those. I could do it. If you buy them, I'll do it. Let's keep going. Would you guys buy those shirts? Just says start sooner. Start sooner. I think I would. Motivational. Do you transfer if you're only steaming for one drink? What do you mean? Yes, that's what I transfer. I transfer. I always steam if you don't lose too much foam because you add more foam before you transfer. You know what I mean? So you like compensate. You compensate. It's time for a haircut. I have this chunk of hair in the back. I need to go chop it off. I'll probably do that today. After the stream, I'll go take some scissors to it. Y'all would love to see that on stream, wouldn't you? So this is really pretty, but there's some things I wish you would work on. That's exactly why we're here. You're flowing great. Your ripples are really nice. They could be a little more consistent. See how you kind of stopped and then you lagged and then you kept going? Just try to work on being a little more consistent there. So you started really beautifully, then you stopped, then you went wide again. It looks really good. It does have nice color. Congratulations. That's really great. But I think that you filled up your base maybe just like a little too much here. I just think that you're using a little too much foam for some of these earlier ripples, and then you're using just the right amount for these middle ones right here. You could have held that layer a little longer and just pour at a slower flow rate, but tuck it in deeper without throwing it. It would just make things kind of structure better and slow you down. Slowing you down is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's going to give you time to think about the pour while you're in the moment. Right here, you can see you're starting to kind of bias a little. That's okay though, because I think you're going to save it. Looks like you're saving it. I love this. I love how you're shaping this. I love that the wings have come all the way up to the top. I would have loved to see a little more, like when you were flowing in the beginning, you got the distance you needed to get the base moving, but you used so much like power behind that. Your frame is like, it's just really heavy, which is good. But the way that you did it ended up not creating that. Like, so what I like to say is that the heavier the frame, the higher you want it in the cup before you do the push. because you're going to create, you need that separation right here where it's not beige and there's a little bit of distance between your frame and your base if you're going to go big, thick border, which is not a bad thing. You don't need to like change this. I just think find like an alternative way of kind of just that very initial drop in. You do it, you just kind of drop in, but you drop in with a really great, with just enough flow rate to move it away from you. I just want to see a different technique. I think if you did a different technique, you could save yourself from having to flow this heavy right here. And you would save a lot of room in your milk and not waste so much milk and time and filling up the cup faster. You'd have more time. And the end result is still gorgeous. I really love the shaping of this. I love that you know how to manipulate layers. You tucked it really deep. And then here you started to make sure that these all wrapped properly, evenly, more importantly, beautifully. And then you also got just enough space at the very top. I would have gone like a couple mils, not mils like liquid, mils like millimeters higher so that little top hook didn't wrap in. And I was above the top of the base so that it kind of like holds it better rather than kind of hooking it better. But really beautiful. I think just focus on how you do that initial push, because I think you can save yourself from having this kind of hazy area here and then inconsistent base here. Think about how you drop in. Do some contemplating. All right, guys, it's time to do, like, this is still really gorgeous. I just want to see you open up this section down here. I really love this, though. Look at all these, like, lines right here. Beautiful lines. Super consistent. This is a different pour. You did a better job here, but you're still kind of leaning in one way. I love this. I would like to see this up here so that they don't do this, or one more. But that's just an aesthetic choice. These layers are absolutely stunning. No notes. No notes. Good for you. It's beautiful. This layer is okay. I think if you had guided it in further and like held it longer and scooped up, you see how it's kind of like you would have had more of a rounded version. You see how it's kind of pointy? It's pointy because the layer was inherently kind of pointy, but then you stacked so much on top that it creates even more of an exaggerated point. And yeah, it's not a bad thing. It looks good. It just would be cool if the layer was, I think, a little more. I just think like when it looks like a mustache upside down, I don't know that it's my favorite look versus when it's kind of more rounded. But I like rounder things. That's just my aesthetic. We'll just say these are beautiful pours. These beautiful pours. This belongs now officially in the Coccino roundup, which is a different panel. You come right over here. Oops. Coccino roundup. We'll come back. We'll come back to this. If you haven't already, go submit your best Coccino in the Coccino roundup after the live. After the live. You love a mustache, or you got a mustache. Where's my pizza? It's heading my way. Wait, he has one stop along the way. Ugh, that's okay. I'm not picky. Oh man, it's actually really far away. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. I need to do something really quick. Off screen. Off screen. Off screen, Emilee goes away. Where's she going? We're back. Y'all. My trophy broke. I have a bunch. I wouldn't say a bunch. I did say it. I have a few in the back. A bunch is so rude. That's so conceited. It's not even a bunch. It's just a few. But it broke. And so I'm thinking, I posted this on my story, but I'm thinking we cut this up and we turn it into jewelry. Like we cut like vertically a bunch and then down this way. And then shape it into like little, like a necklace or a ring piece or something like that. What do you think? Then you're like wearing your championship around your neck and shit. I think that's kind of cool. I think it would look really aesthetically beautiful. Thank you. You like my living room? Thank you. It's kind of underdone right now. I got like art over here and then like bay windows and cat wheel, vanity. There we go. Me, my entryway, which is like prettier. I love it. It says no smoking, which I think is really funny because it's like an indoor house. And then the other side of the apartment's like, you know, the rest of the apartment, kitchen and stuff like that. But this section's like my favorite. It took me a really long time to figure out how I wanted to display this area, like how I wanted to move my stuff. Like originally, like where I'm sitting is in front of a fireplace area. But I don't use it for a fireplace because it's not real. It's like a fake fireplace. It's really pretty, but I put this like streaming setup here because my pizza's 8 minutes away. Because it just makes sense to be here. It wouldn't really make sense to be anywhere else in the house. The house is too small for that. And it has a nice pretty background, you know? That little thing over there, that big dresser thing, you know, like entertainment system, has all my pitchers and cups and like a ton of coffee gear in it. From when I used to do more reviews. Thank God I don't do more reviews. I'm so happy to not do those anymore. That was not my vibe. We have to end this poll. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, looks like 33% of you actually liked anchovies. That's kind of cool. Let's do one more. Thanks. You want to see my spine? I have like, so you can't really see it, but all around my house, I have, actually, I'll show you this. If you come this way, you'll see even more. And you'll see like behind my, that's an anatomical poster. There's another one and there's another one over there. And then there's another one over here. I collect anatomical posters because I'm a freak like that. I just think like it's very millennial of me to have some kind of like chart, you know? But I always like didn't like the botanical charts. I thought they were too kind of like, how do I say, like weak sauce, you know? Like kind of not really impressive to me. So I like the more dramatic ones. Like they like the ones that look kind of scary, like human body parts and stuff. I've been collecting them since I was maybe 12. Probably explains a lot, honestly. I have to be careful about, I actually, you know, the blue one I just showed you is the human torso cut in half times 2. So it's the top half and it's the bottom half of different sexes. And so it shows you major eggplant and it also shows you the other version of that. For medical purposes only, like it's a medical chart, you know, it's not, it's like art and medical, not weird, you know. But because it shows you specifically the you know what, because it shows that, I had to flip it because every time people would come into my house, that's the first thing they would see. Their eyes would go directly to it. And it's funny. I have it actually secretly in a lot of my videos. You can see it. But it had got to be too much. So I flipped it. So now you can't really tell what it looks like. Ever think of moving to Europe? Absolutely. I absolutely would move to Europe. I consider it constantly. Depends on where in Europe, though. I think about it a lot. I do think about it a lot. I've been thinking about going to Europe soon, but I'm you know, trying to save money. But I do want to visit. He is 4 minutes away, and then we're in Pizza City. I'll probably just like take a few bites and then like come back, and I won't even end the stream. I'll just like take a bite and put it aside for a little bit. I think we have enough time. 4 minutes. We can do one more. Not like we're gonna stop at one more, but we'll do one more. Did we review these last time? Because this is like, or am I just looking at the same people? Where's the Nutcracker? The Nutcrackers are in like my closet. Because they're naughty and they're in trouble. That's a deep reference for anybody who doesn't know. The Nutcrackers were in like a bunch of video, or in a couple of videos I've done. One of them was a 10 mistakes you're making in latte art video, and I referenced the Nutcracker really briefly. And then another one is this like little Christmas montage that I made that's on my shorts. Not my physical shorts, my YouTube shorts. He's 3 minutes away. I'm hesitant to start this reaction. Let's see. Just gonna do it. Nice. You created a... Wait, we did review this one. I'm really sorry if we've spent this long reviewing ones we've already reviewed, but I'll just say, don't do that swirl. We did review this one, didn't we? Y'all, I need your help. I'm scared we've already done that one. That would be crazy. Let's just skip a bunch. I'm just gonna skip. Well, let's see if there's any videos. If there's no videos, we'll skip a bunch. There's no videos. These are all beautiful, everybody. They're all beautiful. That's not why we're here. We did watch these. Ugh, chat, you didn't tell me that we've watched some of these. Ugh, okay, anyway, my pizza's here. I'm gonna go get it. You stay still. Goodness gracious. Back. Hella pizza break. I didn't mean to take so long. I was actually just kind of like sitting here enjoying the pizza and oh, it's my own voice. That's crazy. Oh, that's weird that it's doing. Oh, because I'm on the live. I was checking to see if you guys liked the Italian tunes. That's not me being offensive. You requested it. You can see my stream right here. It's kind of fun. Nothing really crazy in the deets here other than how many people are in here. No payment, y'all. That's okay. I didn't expect that from you guys. That being said, if you like what we're doing here, you can tip in the chat. You can totally do that. It does help me as a creator because after these are posted, they don't make but like $5, you know. You don't have to though. I'm just saying. Pizzas, you know, pizza chat. Did you guys like the pizza screen? Was that your vibe? Do you want more of that or less of that? I think it's funny. I think it's funny. Well, I guess we should get back in to what we were doing. Guys, where are we? Be honest. Anyone who watched the last one, tell me where we are. Are we actually right here? Is this accurate? Because I feel like last time we were here, we read this. We read this. Ugh. We read this for sure. Whether or not we did, I would just say you can do more ripples. You could push that. Those look great. I'll hold this layer a little longer so it's not so pointy. And I would say hold all the layers just a little bit longer so they're more symmetrical and clean. But otherwise, really great. I do think we've already done this one. Oh, sorry. Aw, what kind of DJ? You're so sweet. I had a, you're so sweet. Thank you for the donation, DJ. I sound like a fucking, what are they, Twitch streamers, you know? Oh, my camera's low on battery. That's okay. I have more batteries. I have infinite batteries at all times. The pizza I had was this, like a Italian sausage with ricotta, hot honey, no ranch, which is good. And it was like really yummy. I don't know if there was anything more detailed than that in it. Oh, and it had cherry tomatoes on it, which was really nice. Okay. Oh, wait. This is where we stopped last time. That's so funny that Zaya just... Wait. This is a different one. Oh, we went deeper. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Well, everybody who got a secondary review got a new review. That's really funny. That's actually so funny that y'all all got me give you 2 free lessons. I'm disappointed in myself. I cannot believe that we have gone this long and we've already done some of these. That's kind of hilarious. It's kind of hilarious. I'm a little upset, but it's also funny because, like, I bet you my critique was different. That tends to be true. I tend to kind of look at different things after I've seen something. So we stopped last time at Joey at 512. I should have checked before. I thought I did. Jose, where are you? If we already got you. You're so right. That was the one that we ended on. Okay, then we're in here with Ree. Ree is up next. Hey, Ree. I know Ree. Ree's going to do some fun stuff, I think. Fantastic launch of that bass there. That was fantastic. I love comedy like that. I love when people put memes on things. Do it more. Did I jump yours? I'll go back, Jose. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll go back. You saved that so well, Ree. You saved that so good. So this is a technique you can use. Like if you spill, you can always just wrap the part that spilled. See how like Ree comes here and they, well, you can't see it because they hide it with the middle finger. But right there, that little bit gets rewrapped in, which is so smart. And it's gonna look totally normal by the end. Beautiful, beautiful open layers here inside the wing. I don't love that you had to dump milk to come back for the rose on top. I kind of wish you had had just enough milk in the beginning. Having just enough milk will make this not take so long for you, and I just think you'll enjoy it more. But you seem to be doing great, so I wouldn't necessarily change anything you're doing. I just think that you would, like, fundamentally, it makes more sense to have just the amount you need so that you don't have to do the dump. You know what I mean? So you don't have to take time. Absolutely beautiful. I would love to see these layers up here. I don't know how you would do it necessarily. Maybe not letting it kind of fall back down so you'd fill the cup up just enough. It looks like this layer is so pretty, but because your cup was tilted whenever you were pouring it and you set it back down and you're a little underfilled, it leaves it stretched in kind of beige here. It's also possible that was during the pour, but maybe not. Let me see. It could just be also, oh no, I'm wrong. It's not that at all. It's just that you, oh, weird. Oh, it's because you're scooping the crema out. Oh, that's so interesting. I've never encountered that like look of that before. Interesting. Well, you are? Okay. So what I would recommend is instead of having to accidentally scoop the crema out, find a way to use, I guess, a little more foam content in your milk here. It looks a little thin, so it's kind of forcing you to do that. But that makes sense because that's a technique to get those really tiny layers. I just think maybe like a bit more foam. I don't really know. I've never encountered an issue with scooping up the crema, whether or not you can regard that as an issue. I just never encountered it. Fascinating. I thought it was completely from something else. Look at that. That's so cool. I want to be like Ree one day, yeah. Ree, look at that base. That base is phenomenal. No, not many notes for that base. Not many notes for that middle layer. Except don't spill. You know? Fantastic. Actually, one more note I would say that it's like an aesthetic choice. You don't have to do this, Ree. Because I know you're like, you have your own aesthetic. It's just an aesthetic. Again, don't have to do this, but I like when people's roses come out really wide. You know what I mean? Like they go a little further out than you think you need to. I just think it looks really cool. And it gives you a lot more room to do stuff with the stacking of the petals. I just like it. I like it when people do more of a zigzag personally because it kind of catches it. This is what like every rose looks like from competitors I've seen in like Taipei. Like when I visited Taipei, every single person I interacted with could pour a rose just like this. And it's like not just like this because everyone has their own aesthetic. It's like handwriting, But I mean to say like the aesthetic is similar and absolutely stunning. Like that's like coming like from multiple competitors can do it like this. And incredible work, honestly. I love the color. This is what I was saying about how like when you have the open color and it's almost the same size as the actual lines, it looks really cool. It like pops more. I love it. It's the kind of stuff that keeps me up at night. That and the nightmares. The nightmares do keep me up too. Oh, and accidentally, potentially letting chat see me and not fully, all that stuff that happened earlier. Oh, we gotta go back. Wait. Wait a minute. This one? Okay. Did we do this one last time? It's possible we did this one last time. But I'll do it anyway because you're here. Those two. Okay. Whoop. Excuse me. Wait, I need coffee before. I love your lighting. I jumped to later. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I remember. I think I have a really bad memory. It's actually probably fascinating to go back and watch me react to the same pores I've already seen that I didn't realize I've already seen and compare what I said. I'm so curious. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to like extract this stream later and I'm going to put them two next to each other. Marcus Dukes, thank you for the very kind donation. That just near covered the pizza part that we did. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you. It's so great to have like support, getting to just talk about pores and people are like supportive because this is like a lesson, you know. These are like live critiques. These are real. It takes time. My hair's doing a funny thing. Okay, let's get into it. Let's go back. Snap back to reality. Whoops, there goes Emilee. Okay. So let's work backwards on this. It's okay if the lens was dirty. It's fine. My lens is always a little dirty, actually. Speaking of, where's my cloth? I don't know. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, let's work backwards. So we want something from this pour. You're going for a hollow heart. You have a wing base, hollow heart, and then like a triple top stack. What I aesthetically what I personally is just again all personal, go for is I go for the base being a little lower in the cup. I go for the hooks of the pour up here, not overwrapping. Obviously, we go for the hollow, not having the blemish here, but that's okay because I do that all the time too. It just happens. And I would go for more openness in these layers in the wing and more openness here in the top parts. Those are the things that I would want to correct. Now you have the foundation of like this pour being really, really good. And it is already really good. I just mean to say here, we want a more open and completed wing base that is slightly more filled in. I don't even know that you need to start deeper necessarily because I would just fill it in more. It might help warp the bottom a little bit. And maybe go a little deeper. You are, I think, a little far from the wall here. You're just like not landing perfectly symmetrical in the cup, but maybe it's the cup. Maybe the cup's a little egg-shaped. Sometimes that happens with these kind of cups. But let's go back from the beginning. So, okay. So the way that you land in the cup right here, we've integrated and you're going to land backwards, which is good. But I would say you're not exactly, like that's exactly how you want to land. Consider tilting the cup just a little bit more. Just consider that. Letting that form and then not just pushing with a heavy flow like that. Try to, if you're going to form the blob from the top of the cup like this, right? You're going to let it come out. Instead of moving it immediately, which it looks like you're already doing, you're already moving the pitcher forward, hold it there. And then kind of, we talked about this the other day, shove the pitcher through while maintaining your flow rate and it will catch and launch away from you. That's if you're at the top of the cup right here. If you want to do this land and immediately push base that you're doing without compromising all your technique and like starting over and having to hold and then push through, like I just said, you just want to do this exact same thing but get it right, you need to land it deeper in the cup. It's not going to work if you're landing at the top of the cup right here because of how long you're holding it and then how you're pushing through it. It's got to land back, let it blob out, shove it through, pause, and then it's going to launch itself to the back of the cup. That's the technique I mentioned a second ago. The type you're doing is landing, launching, and following it. That's what I do. And that's a good thing to do. You just got to do it a little deeper in the cup. And what that's going to do is that when you land deeper in the cup, let's see if I show you. When you land deeper in the cup like that, you aren't going to have to use as much flow. So you're going to save a ton of room. And not only are you going to save a ton of room, you're going to be flowing gentler, which means you can get these like really beautiful little wings because you'll be able to focus on the ripple while the milk is flowing away from you. without having this like cup fill up so fast because you have a heavy flow rate because you're trying to shove it to the back. It's already in the back. You can go a lot lighter, take your time, fill in the base. And the other thing I would say that you should work on is your ripples, because they start off not as ripples. So you start off by pushing and you kind of slightly move side to side and then initiate your ripples. Try to see with practicing with water if you can tilt and just turn on the ripples as quick as possible without that little delay right there. You know, try to focus on rippling and stop, just to practice that muscle memory. And ripple a little wider, but once you have that slower flow rate, because you'll be landing more centered in the cup when you do the push, it won't be this heavy. So you'll be able to really focus on the side to side motions. You have good ripples. They are a little inconsistent, but that's okay. I know you can work on that. Just practice. So my nose is itchy. Ripples really are just a practice thing. You're doing great. I would just say, like, those look good, but you don't have to follow them constantly. Like, do you see how you're pushing it and then you're moving with it immediately? I would say if you landed a little deeper in the cup, lightly pushed it, we're flowing a lot slower now, then you don't have to follow it so quickly. You can stay in the middle right here and you can just ripple there for a few moments. Then you can zip it up. And that's how you're going to get crazy pop of color. Your base is going to stretch open more. I think you're really going to like it. And I think it's going to be exactly what you want. Now, moving on to the hollow. Good hollow. I wouldn't really give you too many notes. You're using a lot of foam to accomplish it, but that's because your base is wrapped in, but it could be steeper. So it's like this. It could be like this. The steeper it is, the easier it's going to be to do the hollow because you don't have to pour as heavy. And the reason it's not, I actually think I would pour into this. I would try to do a hollow with this. It will use more milk. If you were to use more layers in your base or push them in deeper, have more of that flow, that base fills the cup up more because, like we said, we started deeper, so you can go lighter and just really fill it in, and it's going to stretch much more later. That would give you that steeper incline. So if you do all those things, I said if you adopt those techniques, you likely will have a more full base, which will have more of a rounded in section like that little V-neck, and you should be able to do the hollow more seamlessly. The longer you hold a hollow, the more foam is going to come up from underneath. Watch. It starts to come up from underneath because that's kind of like it's like this hole you've created. So it's really easy for the foam to come back up from under. So you really want to like hold the hollow a lot quicker. I would say that maybe the milk is good, but it could be like swirled just a little bit more because it's kind of getting a little stiff at this point. Actually, I take that back. Your milk looks really nice. Don't change your milk. Now, the overwrapping up here is fine because, again, once you go back and you put the base deeper in the cup, like I was saying, you will have more clearance at the top. You won't have the base already, not giving you enough space. Now, if you do have the situation where, actually, this looks pretty nice. I would love to put a triple layer up here. Don't pour so heavy. Connect and guide in and scoop up instead of dumping the milk. You kind of do it here, but because you push it so much, it starts to shape it. So don't push it in. Just kind of like imprint it, slightly move it forward, but not too much, and just try not to guide it in. When you guide a layer in, like when you like land and push it while it's still fluid, you are going to make things pointier around it. It's going to warp things more than if you just poured forward into a layer. And it would be nice if you had more clearance, again, by putting that base deeper in the back. That is all I would say. Other than that, you're doing great. Try to get actually a little more brown here in between the hearts. So I know you were probably trying to avoid overwrapping. Honestly, at this point, you're going to do it anyway, so you might as well make sure that those top hearts look really clean, right? If you're already in a compromised position. Try to get an even layer of brown here. So try to come back up and then push in evenly. And try to do that consistently. You need more brown. And yeah, we're overwrapping, but that's okay. Still looks good. And if you catch yourself, you were kind of full here, so you can't really do this, but also use a little less milk in the future. You were kind of full here, so you can't really do this, but You can sometimes sink the little white bit right here if you hold on to it. Yeah, it's hard to avoid the overwrap when your base is already high up. That was really good though. You should be proud. You should be proud. Someone messaged me. Oh. TikTok's trying to get me back on the TikTok game. I refuse. It's addictive. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of TikTok. It's weird and addictive. Are we in focus? Yeah. How is the sync with the audio? Zaya, why are you sending the loading screen? Why don't we do one more? From, not one more. The audio is okay. I'm curious how the sync is. Like, is my mouth off or is it on? Be honest, because I can change it. I have it. Okay, it's on point. Cool. It was a little off last time. When I went back and watched it, I was like, oh, that's like off by like 300 milliseconds or so. And so I fixed it to 300. Where are we? I forgot. For me, it's perfect. I like that. Okay. New pour, same person. Nice. Okay, you gotta tilt a little more. You gotta tilt a little more no matter what. Because even if, like, listen, you integrated not that much, which is usually what I recommend. And I think this looks great. We'll see how it goes. But you gotta tilt more no matter what because you're still like a little too high. It's gotta almost be spilling, you know? It's gotta be basically spilling, and you just have to be really good about correcting as you go. Every time you're moving, it's moving. So like the way I pour is, I have it like tilted to the side, right? Integrate, keep it tilted, and every time I move, the pitcher moves with me. But every time I'm not doing something, it stays still. Because it's staying still, so it's ready for the next time I'm going to put the spout on the surface. And if I was like constantly moving at an even pace, it wouldn't be the same. It would already be like kind of inclined against my pitcher. So I always want to only move when you're adding a layer, but keep it super tilted otherwise. All right. Better ripples. Try not to lose that bead at the end. You kind of lost that bead at the end right here. You were rippling really good right there in the middle, and then you kind of like stiffen up just a little bit. What I would recommend is try to focus on slowing these ripples down a little bit. Keeping them really wide like you're doing, but slowing them down just a little bit. Because look, you're rippling right here. You can even see the wave happening. It's a good wave for a split second, but because you're imprinting so many ripples, you're not maintaining the wave. You're kind of like vibrating it to stop. It's calm down, but ripple wider on more of an offbeat. You're just keeping the wave moving. You're not trying to force layers in. The layers will come naturally from a very even wave. And you won't have to work so hard. I love your spacing is correct. The way you're forming the base is correct. You're filling it in, you're zipping it up. That looks perfect. I just think that maybe land, like I said before, land a little deeper. Like that little bit right there could be right here. And what that would do for you is you could save milk on the push, but you have to tilt that cup more, remember. Now, if you can't get to the back without it overflowing, because it does look like you're using like a 16 or 17 ounce pitcher, something like that, maybe 14, I don't know. One of the smaller ones, then you want to do the thing where you hold the base at the top for a beat longer, then guide through it, and it's going to catch in the stream, and that's where you're going to get it to launch to the back, and you're going to get a ton of opportunity to get color, but don't chase it so fast. Give it a beat, and then ripple in between, rather than constantly, like ripple once in a while, just maintaining the wave. Then you can fill it in, zip it up. It'll look really cool if you can nail that. So yeah, just wider ripples there at the end, and then higher up for the hollow here. Higher up and more of an incline. You kind of shoved it at not too, and you weren't high enough, and you just basically shoved foam on top. Watch, see? You're shoving foam on top. That's not even coming up from underneath. It's shoving on top because you're too close, and you're also like You're pouring really heavy, but so close that it's leaving behind foam. So you need to, if you're going to pour that heavy, which is fine, you need to be higher up and on more of like an incline, more of just like a tilt forward. It's like this. It's like tilt forward drift up. But not bad, not bad. And I love the way it like created these little hooks. Y'all are so funny with the emojis in the chat. That was good. It was just, still a little low. Really cool what you're going for. And you got one of them to work. And you also just did the thing that I told you to do, which is hold it so that it disappears. Beautiful first hollow here, or the second hollow here at the top. And honestly, this would be really remarkable if the first hollow, didn't have that little blemish. I would still give this like such good points. It just has the blemish because you were a little too close to the surface with heavy flow rate. So you're bound to dump some foam on top. I love the slow walk away too. I love that. But yeah, try to focus on getting these ripples a little more consistent. Right there, you had a good ripple, and then it stops because you kind of stop imprinting the ripple. You stopped pushing in on it. Or you either stopped pushing in on it or you were going too fast and it kind of choked up. It's one of the two. Let's move on. I guess we could do more of Rees while we're here because there's some really pretty ones, I'm sure. How are you guys doing in the chat? Y'all are playing with the emojis? It's kind of lagging. Why is it lagging? Whoa, that's crazy. It's fun. This is like a signature style of some funky stuff. I don't have any notes on this because I don't know what I would notate. You could probably give me more pointers on this. Things I like about this, I really love when things hook in strange ways. I really love this brown hook. It looks like a praying mantis's fingers. You know what I mean? Like right. That's what they sound like. They sound like right praying mantis. That's so disgusting. That noise was probably awful for you. I'm sorry. But I love that look, that hook. And then it's also like a sharp hook that goes into a round curve. Really cool. I don't know anything about why that works. I guess it's just because you're coming out so side to side and it's kind of on the thinner side. So it gets re-encapsulated. Really cool. Really cool. I love the wing base. I also love that you're incorporating traditional stuff like a wing base, then the more avant-garde thing, like the side-to-side motions that go over-exaggerated with thinner milk, so they end up warping a lot. Next to the really clean stacks, again, we go back to a traditional style. It's cool. I have no notes on this because it is literally neat. Maybe right here, maybe on this side, you could figure out a way to mimic it. So what I would say, because I think this is really beautiful, it'd be really cool if this side of the wing, the inner wing, whatever you want to call this wide wing, was symmetrical with this side. It'd be really cool if we got two of these hooks. If you could do that, I think that would be really impressive. Right now, it looks like it's because you maybe hold one side a little bit longer and you seem to dump a little bit more milk on the other side. So if you came back, if you came back one more, pause. One more time back over here before you did it. So like one more time around, you would probably have another one of these little arms. I would wonder if you're doing it on an asymmetrical way, it would make an asymmetrical arm. Push in, come back around, do one more. Try it. I don't know, or don't. It's your aesthetic. I don't know. But I do think it's a little like maybe top heavy on that side or side heavy. Still crazy pour, really impressive. Let's keep going. We'll do one more. Why not? They are really good. Riri is so talented. I don't even know why I'm critiquing anything. Super cool. Love that. Interesting as hell. Whoa. It's so unique. I really love they look like flames, right? They look like flames and they point up. This is cool. This is really cool. This like thing, I just want to like copy out this section. First of all, this is what I'm saying when I say that having different layers be the same thickness looks better. When you have brown and white and they're almost the same, or at least even if they're not exactly the same, but they're all consistent, it looks so good. I love that the negative space here is the same almost as the negative space in between the hearts. Like we wouldn't be able to tell generally if you weren't looking super close. Not the same on this side. That's okay though, but it would look really cool if that was encased just perfectly. Not a note. I don't even know how you'd change that, but still really cool. It would again be really cool if it wasn't 1, 2, and 3. Maybe it was 1, 2, 3, 4. I just think symmetry will get counted against you. I think these pours could do really well in Coffee Fest if the symmetry is on point, because they're going to look for a reason to ding you on that specific kind of thing. You want to, like, if you had this one more right here, so this little piece right here, if you had that on this side, I would name this the butterfly. You know what I mean? It'd be so cool if you just made a butterfly with a triple-headed, stack up here by doing like a curl, 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 curl. I don't know if it's possible. It would be cool. It would be cool. I just think symmetry would work really well here. I'm not saying to change anything either, because I wouldn't ever tell you to do that. But if you were able to make it symmetrical, I would be like, whoa. You might even have to, if you ever did that, you'd have to do these two separately probably, right? I don't know. Beautiful. I think let's just peek and see what this one is, because I don't want to spend too long here. I want to get through. See, it depends on how good it is. Oh, it's traditional. It's going to be good. It is good. I would say maybe one more layer. I actually really like it all being tucked in there. Nice, clean, open layers. No notes, just no notes. Maybe have more of a frame and a little less of these squiggles, which would just be a texture thing. Really beautiful. Really beautiful. I don't want to watch another one. We're going to keep going. Mom, get the camera. Cute. That's really nice. I like these ripples. Guys, we're zooming through. We had a lot of breaks. Should we do another pizza break? I'm kidding. I'm full. Y'all don't know. I can make those things in so fast, and then I can like upload them at any point. At any point. Take a moment, take a breath. How's everybody doing? Audio, is it too loud, too soft? Just right. How are we doing? Don't leave. You can always watch it later. Oops. Oh. You can always watch it later. Oh, wait. You have one right here, Luna. You can always put me on in the background. What do you mean? Do real life stuff? What do you mean? You're right here. What if I get to your pour? I love this. It looks like a Winco pitcher. Your milk is a little too thin. Your pitcher is also not even. Like, look how your handle comes into the spout. Look at it. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe you're just cutting up unevenly, but it could be that the pitcher's also a little uneven. Hold on. It looks to me like it's curving. Does everybody else see that? Am I crazy? It kind of looks like it's curving. It looks like it's coming out this way, but center is this way. Like it's a very small, like 3-degree difference or something like that. You gotta drive? Oh no. I love that you're watching my live stream while eating. That's crazy. That's like so... I was eating earlier on the live stream. Yeah, it's probably not... Don't get in a wreck because of me. Definitely go driving. Oh no. Oh no, you had the open hopper? No. What? That happens to me sometimes. That gate, that little hopper gate, it's a son of a gun. It'll get you. It gets everyone. It's gonna get you. So kind of looks like this picture might be a little sideways. I don't know if y'all can look at that. It's like, looks like it's leaning sideways. Could just be the grip, but it also kind of looked like it a second ago. Could also be the angle, but this looks very oval to me. Definitely the angle, right? I mean, I know it's going to be an oval. It just looks like, look here. It looks kind of warped on this side. Like it looks like it's leaning right here. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Anyway, we're not going to dog the picture too long. There's a moment where your milk is sinking. You need to get closer before you do this forward flow. You have great ripples. You could use more of them. I think you should fill them up even more and start a little sooner. I like that you guided that layer. Just hold it a little bit longer in the end so that this little bit right here goes in with it. Like that. You did it really well that time. But you are dumping a lot of foam there. So maybe just try to hold it at a slower pace for a longer time. if that makes sense. So you're like holding it for a longer time at a slower flow rate. I would also separate these layers a little bit more. I would try to get my base a little deeper, which would come from getting closer in the beginning and starting your pour just a little sooner. So right here, integrate, stop. You kept going. Kind of land closer to the back and then try to get a little closer so you don't have that hesitation moment. And everything should flow out a lot better if you start sooner. So you will be able to fit more layers in. It'll look a lot nicer. And then these layers, when you push them in, don't push them so deep or else they will like overwrap right here, which does look good if you're planning that and you want it to be kind of rounded. But I tend to like it when the wing kind of comes up to the sides a little more and isn't overwrapping into it too much. Nice at the end, I would say don't lift up so early at the end. You can hold this layer closer to the surface and then you can kind of guide through it. It's a lot like you're holding it on the surface instead of lifting and going through like a helicopter or cutting through like a car. You're going to lift up and away like an airplane taking off. Even more like an airplane because you're going to kind of come up and then you're going to go sharper because they kind of do that and it scares the shit out of me every time. Yeah, I freaking can't with planes. And the older I get, the worse they get. And I start to think about all the consequences and all the things I have to lose, all the lard I could have poured. Yeah, just stay closer at the end. Wait, that was a good shot of the pitcher. What do we think? Is that crooked or not? It kind of looks crooked. It looks subtly crooked. Like just a little. I don't know. I don't want to dog your pitcher when it's not the pitcher. If it's not the pitcher, fix your hands. You poured a heart with your non-dominant hand today? That's awesome. Oh, wait. Pause. Everybody shut up for a second. I'm just kidding. You guys can talk. That was oat milk, steamed too thin, trying to make something out of it. I take away all of the dogging on you. I take away all of the hate, even though I was never hating. I'm sorry for your loss when it comes to the oat milk and the steaming. Do y'all like when I get close to the microphone? I'm kidding. Let's see how you do without that circumstance. Let's see. Milk looks a little puffy here. Is this also the oat milk that was like, this is definitely not too thin, so this is something else. I would say your milk looks a little puffy here. Maybe roll it around a little more before you do the launch for your base because it kind of got stuck. Other than that, same notes as last time. So I'd start sooner and I would want that milk to flow more. So maybe it might not even be that your milk is too thick. Excuse me. It might just be that your foam is not well mixed in the pitcher. Sorry for that nasty little burp sound. Okay. The texture looks good, but it's I could honestly probably use a little more air and just be swirled around better. I think that's what I would do. Not a lot more air, maybe just a little. I could be giving you bad advice. It's hard to kind of tell with your medium right here. Like your espresso just doesn't take that milk very well. Like watch the beginning. It just like doesn't take the milk very well, which is interesting, which could be holding you back, but it's probably that your milk is just a little, maybe it sat too long. Really hard to say. I would love to see a full video. Submit another one from the start to finish process of you steaming and we'll check it out. All right, Luna. Absolutely fantastic. Maybe a little heavy, only a little, but maybe it's more the milk is just a little thin, but only a little, like only a little. I wouldn't change too much here. Let's watch the whole thing. I would just say maybe try to stay more symmetrical. So you're kind of rippling in this direction, but you want to be rippling in this direction because this side's wrapping in, but this side isn't. So when you do your initial push, you're kind of leaning towards yourself, I think, a little bit in this video. I think that's why that's happening. So I think you need to twist your pitcher or kind of change the angle just a little bit. Maybe not, though. It looks really good. I love the open leaves And then you're going to go for a hollow. Cool. You did a good job. I would say you could have, right here, you're pouring with the right flow rate, but you want to actually kind of pour a little heavier for a beat longer if you're going to come this high up. So, I'm getting winded. I've been talking forever. So if you're going to make a more open hollow, if you want a really big hollow, you'll come up right where you landed, right up here. So if you want a really big hollow, you have to go higher in the cup from where the hollow will happen. The hollow happens from this little section right here, this little triangle right here. See it? The top of that has to enclose to create the hollow. The higher up you come, the deeper you have to drive that milk with a little bit more flow because it needs more force. And the longer you have to hold it, which can sometimes make beige come up from underneath, which is not ideal. But if you're using good texture like this, it won't happen. That's why thinner milk tends to work a little better for hollows because you get less of that foam coming up from underneath. So because you came up so high, your wing did not fully encapsulate because you slowed down your flow rate. This is actually an example where I would want to come up high, lean in, and then lean in a little bit more right at the end so that it kind of right there like fills in. But you actually caught it right before it left the beige. So honestly, I don't really know what you could do there other than hit it with more flow here. Hit it with a little more flow, and then maybe it'll wrap in a little better and quicker. Which seems contrary to what I just said to the other person, but it's because you're at the right angle to do this with the right texture. You don't have a lot of foam to give, right? So you want to use the weight of the milk to kind of force it, or else it won't fully wrap in, and then you don't get like this part of the heart, right? You don't get this part of the heart, which is what makes it the heart. And I do this sometimes too, so it's okay. It's forgivable. Alternatively, if you didn't want to make it so big, you could just land a little bit more in between these two, right? Because remember, when we're closer to a layer, it's going to wrap more immediately. So if you were closer to these layers, instead of starting here, kind of drifting it in like that, if you had just started here, it would have immediately wrapped, but your hollow would have been smaller. Your hollow would have been smaller. You're a rock star. Yeah, see, because you're having to guide it, you should lean in heavier there so that it kind of last second sinks up. You really only need this little bit right here to do it. These two little walls have to connect. You don't need the entire base to wrap around. You just need those two walls. And then so what I would do to fix this is it's not always possible to fix it, but I would actually want to come higher up. So I would come up to the very tip top and scoop in a layer deeper and try to get a big section of, try to get a couple layers up here and then lift really high on the exit to see if I couldn't sink that at the very end. But because you pushed them further away, it's not going to be possible. So what I'm saying is, like, you see how when you did that layer, these two peaks got even further away? They were already kind of close to each other, see? They got further away. Come higher so that you don't interfere with that layer. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just a different way of thinking about it, because it's not always going to save you, but it could save you. Come up way higher, put a couple things up here, but don't overfill your cup because you want more time to hopefully like sink that layer on the way out. The way you improvise during pours is crazy. It is kind of hard. You have to make a lot of mistakes to get to the point where you can improvise. That's why it's actually really good that we do these, and it's really good that these aren't mistakes, but it's really good that we review, watch, and critique even the pours that maybe we're not the most proud of or we're still working on, because those are the ones where we're going to have the epiphanies, Sweeney Todd, and we're going to, eat a bunch of people. I do like what you ended up doing, because what you ended up doing was you made it into a more dramatic tulip. And so you actually, because you have these layers down here, or because you have this like set of 3, the bottom of this is compensating for the fact that there's no top on your hollow. Your hollow would look cooler with the top though. See how your base is kind of starting to frame a faux hollow right here? It almost did it. It would look cooler with it. That's all I'm saying. Hollows are really risky. The failure rate is really high if you don't know exactly the flow rate, timing, and angle to do depending on the texture, because it is kind of texture dependent too, you know? And it's also like shape dependent. So like if you messed up your wing base and it wasn't fully rounded in the right kind of peak, you have to kind of change where you're going to land mid pour. It's tricky. Still really pretty. I think a lot of people in the chat would be really impressed by if they ever did that, you know? I want more pizza. Skylar. Let's go. One more pizza. I might go take another pizza break. That was cool. That was cool. I like that. Wow, we're doing stacks, which is not surprising me because the way that you did that first layer felt really advanced. And so to see stacks after that is surprising. This is kind of what I've been talking about, y'all. Right here, this landing backwards onto the surface, except it could have been done a little better, but like letting it drift right there, letting it form, giving it a light push, and then really like following up with it. I would have held the layer one beat longer towards the back a little more, get it, kind of push it more toward the back so that it's not in the way. Love that layer. They're a little heavy, but like they're really pretty. You know, I really like the shape of them because they're all consistent. You're at least coming in with the same layer flow. One thing I would change to advance this, since you're enjoying stacks and you're doing them really well. I'm not very good at stacks, so don't listen to me. I would work on starting to play with manipulating your stacks. So right here, you almost wrapped this one around that one. If you push another layer in deeper, closer to that layer, it'll wrap immediately, creating this like 3 wrap at the bottom. And then you can come up higher and refuse to wrap by getting more distance. So what happens is the closer you are to a layer, the faster it's going to wrap. So if you put another layer right here, all you'd have to do is do a light push and it would do 3 at the bottom. And then you could do like 3 separate at the top. The further they are apart, the less likely they'll wrap. And not that you have to do that structure. You could do 2 stacks, 3 stacks, 1 stack. You could do 3, 2, 1. You could do 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever you want. Just to say that as soon as you start pushing layers into each other and starting to manipulate them rather than just throwing layers in the cup, that's when you can start developing really complex tulips without even having to do ripples. You can kind of mimic ripple bases, if anything, if you're really careful. I would practice with starting a bit sooner. So maybe integrating just maybe a little less, maybe not much less, but maybe just maybe stop there. Lean that cup a little more. Go a little slower with each of these layers. Keep doing exactly what you're doing in the style you're doing it, but do it a little slower. And then try to focus on, do I want to wrap a bunch at the bottom? Or do I want to keep the bottom separate and then wrap a bunch at the top? Or put something in the middle that's wrapped? Play around with that because it's going to really serve you, I think, in the advanced, like extreme looking pours. Extreme latte art. Real extreme latte art advice. What happened here? Uh-oh. I don't know that we can do links. It looks like poop. This is pretty good. Right here needs to be cinched more for that hollow. So maybe the same note earlier is that make sure that the base is kind of like pointed enough that you do one hollow and then when you come back for the other one, unless you did that technique that I like to do, which is like one big hollow and then you go to the middle and you lift again to create a second hollow. Because that's really a unique technique. You know, we got another one. Wow, you guys are so busy in the chat. Psych. Is this still you? This is a different person. No. This is not the same. Different person? No? Okay. Different style. Looks... Oh, you were teaching... Okay, you were teaching a friend. Okay. I was like, this does not look at all any... There was no indicators that this is the same person, but it's the same account. And I was like, what the hell? You can pull off a double hollow, Kyle. So he's really new to latte art. Great integration. Little hesitation. A bit too high. Needs to come down with the pitcher right here. Down. Instead of moving to the back, just come down from where you integrated. I like to think of it as like one fluid motion. See if I can do it. Ooh, I'll drink the rest of my coffee. So like you'll integrate, stop, land. It's like one fluid thing. It's like womp, 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 right where you were. Oops. Water on the hard drive. right? It's this whoop, boop. Teaching rippling is really hard. Do you know how I teach rippling? Have I explained that to you? Because I'll explain it on camera unless I've already done it for you. I think I did it last time. I spoke about it. I haven't even seen him ripple. This person ripple. I don't know if it's him. I'm just assuming. I assume. I don't know why I gender latte art. Yeah, it's nicer to... It's easier to judge. Oh, my jaw hurts. Easier to judge if you see that from the barista's angle. I don't know. It's fine. This angle works. If you have a barista POV, that's fun. I can read you from across the room. I could like sit in your cafe and know what you did wrong. I could hear what you did wrong. Just know that. I'm not a... I use my powers for good. I do not judge them. I do not judge those below. We only, like in skills, you know, we only judge those above who have egos. That's the only people we judge. We critique. Okay, explain it. All right. I'm sorry. Okay, so right here, a little heavy on that dump, but still good instinct to stop early. Maybe tilt the cup a little more, just a little bit more, so that you're more in this, like, and also, okay, instead of pouring so heavy, come to the middle a little bit more and like lift up a little bit with a lighter stream coming up in this direction. And then, like I said, land back down. That'll do you a lot better rather than just like dumping a ton of liquid in there, beiged everything out, which is fine. It's still going to pour good. It's just not, it's just a little bit more cautious. Be a little more cautious, a little more gentle. The flow rate is really not that heavy. It's like, ooh, that's getting gross. It's like, let's say this is the cup. It's like integrate, stop, right? Like that's not even that much. Like you're doing like that, you know, which is disrupting everything. Yeah, you don't want it to be that thick. Now, right here, the ripples will be easier if you land down, and then you don't have to focus on them appearing. You can just focus on the ripples. It looks like this person, he started to get it right, actually. That's really good. Is this like his first day, or... Oh, you mean explain how to teach ripples? So I tend to teach ripples by saying use the side of a pitcher. So like this. I'm going to spill. I don't want to spill on my laptop. But so like if you use the side of a pitcher, like a big one, try to do these wider waves. See? And just keep practicing that with water. Try to make them consistent. Right? Oh, water all over my stuff. And the more consistent you get, then you can start to work backwards and turn the pitcher back over to the sharp side, like this. And then it's going to be easier for your brain to understand the rhythm. The rhythm increases, so it's not as slow as when you do them wide, but it's the same motion. It's the same feeling. And it's an idea of how ripples work, because if you just try to do a bunch of ripples, it doesn't really work. You have to conceptualize and understand that they are a very big wave that's being controlled. Not too big, not too small. That's why I like to start big, work small. It's just easy. Fun fact, the other cup shattered. No, oh yeah, I saw that your cup shattered. I'm so sorry. These ripples are really great, actually. There just needs to be a little bit more movement in the base so that they all separate. If he had landed back down kind of backwards without being so high and just kind of starting those ripples slowly till they started to make forward movement, he could have had more leverage with his forward movement based on just the weight from the milk. Sorry, the weight of the milk of the pitcher would push it aside for him. That's why he wants to land backwards and let it kind of start coming out. Great layer, little asymmetrical, great layer, holding it, good. Honestly, really, sincerely, great job, especially for someone learning. Love to see color, love to see the tulip. Again, don't be afraid to land backwards and get yourself that space. Up here, leave it a light push and then do the exact same thing you did with the ripples, and take your time aiming it for these layers right here. It's like you're like another plane analogy. You're like a pilot. You can take your time to aim for the runway. You know, you don't have to rush. He is really good. Honestly, how long has he been doing it? How long has he been learning? Because this is fantastic. Very impressive. Much faster than I learned, probably. You know? This is the pour that we used for the thumbnail. So I guess then we have to look at it. All right, Luna. So you want to have these ripples filled in. You didn't ripple here. You need to ripple a little more there. You kind of stopped. And then the base is a little chunky. I don't really know. You kind of landed, looks like you're landing asymmetrically because one side's thicker, but it also looks like you want to swirl that milk one beat more and then push that base. I think hold it a little longer. I think you're letting it land and pushing it too soon. And it's kind of creating this like triangle shape on both sides. And then when you start to ripple into it, it just kind of goes wherever you're biasing, which happens to be this side. You can see that you're biasing here too because these are more filled in and these don't wrap as much. Again, you always bias away from yourself. Interesting. Very interesting thing that you got going on there. You probably fixed it, but I know that you do it. And then these could be more up here, separate. Great hollow though. Great hollow. Yeah, this was before you started doing that drift base. Okay, got you. Yeah, I figured that honestly, because you've been upgrading, you've been downloading new upgrades. You've been doing really well lately on your other accounts and stuff on like Insta, that it makes sense that these are kind of almost outdated, even though they're less than a week old, right? Makes sense. Beautiful. I love it. I love a simple stack. Hold the stacks equal or flow the amount of liquid equal so that they are all the same size. Otherwise, really beautiful. I love this. I love this. Guys, soon we should do the Coccino roundup. Right? Let's watch this one. Another Winco picture, it looks like, or something going on there. Small cup. Very small pitcher. Middle finger grip. Wait, who is this? Wait a minute. James? Middle finger grip. Middle finger grip. That's the grip I do. Middle finger grip. We gotta patent that. I'm going to patent that and make a t-shirt that says middle finger grip. It is crazy how latte art improvement works. You are always one day away from the rest of your life. That's an old saying, you know? You're one day away from the rest of your life. It's true for latte art too. And that's why we're going to make y'all better. That's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. I'm so thankful we got 15 in the chat. YouTube takes 30%, just so y'all know. But that's so sweet. Thank you guys. We got 52 concurrent viewers. That's crazy. Oh, Dan, you're the next video? That's exciting. Can we get some likes on the page? Can we get some likes? I hate to ask that like a typical, you know, YouTuber, but I want to get this stuff going, you know? I want more people to see it. We need the thing to know that we're doing good work here. How's that? Okay, let's watch this middle finger. I don't love that you took a beat to re-swirl that. I wish you had just kind of committed to whatever you were going to do. You took a second to re-swirl, and the re-swirl is just going to delay this over here. You're going to get more stiff base over here. You're still probably going to pour great. And you're dumping too far to the back. So you definitely don't want to start in the back. I see what you're doing because you're trying to do a traditional Rosetta. So you have to start in the back to kind of, because it's going to stay too high up if you don't, because you're waiting till the very last second with the foam. Thinner foam, just a little bit. Integrate about that much, stop, and try to, I would recommend a slightly bigger pitcher because, or maybe a bigger cup because it just doesn't look, it looks like you're going to have trouble getting close to the surface here. Actually, I wouldn't recommend a bigger cup for this pitcher. I would recommend, I don't know, let me see. You definitely have too much milk. That's for one. You have too much milk and it's too foamy on top. It's too much texture on top because it gets stuck on top of your pour right here. And that's where you should have stopped. You stop like right after you should have, but because this cup is incredibly small, or maybe just the shape of it makes it look small, you want to stop a little sooner. I like that you sunk the blob, but try not to have the blob in the first place. That's my recommendation. And make sure you're landing. If you'd started a little sooner and stopped earlier, you could have landed backwards here and then let it guide forward and then do your ripple back, and you'll have these little curls at the bottom of your Rosetta and your milk won't be as stiff. And also, if you had started sooner, you could come up with the stalk higher, then your Rosetta will be taller and it'll look really cool. I think you'll really like it. You'll get more open leaves. That being said, your ripples are fantastic. I just think you need to start everything a little sooner. Again, that's the t-shirt we're going to manufacture. Start sooner. That's a good one. It's very motivational. It's very motivational. But yeah, I think you can get more openness in these leaves by coming back higher, starting sooner, maybe having a little less milk in your pitcher with slightly lighter texture. Bye, Luna. And then landing right here, actually, where you're integrating. You should land there, kind of push forward in that size cup. I think I could always be wrong. All right, Dan, your turn. I smelled my mic because I don't know. I don't know if it's my cat that's nearby. I smell like cat. I smell cat, and I didn't know if my cats like to rub their faces on things. I was wondering, did they smell it on? Did they rub it on my mic? It's possible. It's possible they do that stuff. Okay, cool. You do pour. Let's turn on the audio, maybe. I don't know how to. Oh. Okay. Bambino. Sounds good. I would say okay, so because it's like a little machine like this, it's like a little Bambino thing, I would say that you can actually be a little more aggressive with the first few spurts of air, just like that first one. You don't want to obliterate it and go whoosh, but you can kind of like go a little more aggressive, just a little more. The reason is because you're going to have a lot longer to mix that foam. This Bambino is going to take a little while to get you where you want to be. So you can get away with it. And also because it's a weaker steam wand, you can do one of two things. You can go a longer time with tinier bubbles. I do that sometimes. I flip-flop, honestly. Or you can kind of give it like a lot more in the beginning. I would also tilt that pitcher more so that vortex is a little bit more aggressive. And just focus on polishing it throughout the entire thing with tiny bubbles after. So I'd be like a little intense, tiny bubbles after. I know that sounds like that's like no one's ever given that advice before. They're always just like gentle injections or all the injections at once. I'm saying like kind of pop it in there just a little bit, and then slow down, give it light air. Just try it. It may be wrong advice for you. It may not work for you. Everyone's different. And I would also angle that picture just a little more, but just try it. See if you like that. Whoops. So right here, I'd be like, as soon as it starts to get going, once it goes, I'd be like, I'd really get it in there, like some pop right here. Pop, 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 pop. And then I would focus like on, there you go. Do that sooner. There you go. Did you hear that? Sounds better. And now you can, what I like to do is push the spout down just a little bit, the steam spout, steam wand, and then kind of has a tighter angle. I would say you've definitely added maybe more foam than you need. It's hard to say with like weaker steam wands like the Bambinos. But it looks good. It looks fluid. You might have too much milk in this pitcher for what you're doing. It has too much foam. Or it's just like kind of too clumpy at the top. Actually, it looks pretty good. This is one of those things. It's hard to gauge with wands like this. Let's see. It looks pretty good. This would be where like transferring to another pitcher would benefit you, I think. I think you'd like it. Swirl the espresso, tap out the espresso. You don't want any of those bubbles. Whoops, sorry. We'll jump ahead. Yeah, you definitely want to tap and swirl the espresso as well. It's also, there's little like islands of darker crema sections, and these little bubbles are going to warp your design, especially if your milk is kind of like on the thinner side in some sections. Your milk is really nice. It needs more polishing. You see the white foam? That texture is not very like shiny. It's shining, but it could be shinier. That would just come from, I think you just like injected over the like span of the entire thing. I think what you want to do is focus more on injecting in the very beginning like I recommended, so that you're not adding any air towards the end where it's not gonna have time to fully integrate and break up those bubbles, making it shinier. This might just be like late stage capitalism, late stage texturing, or late stage integration of air, maybe. But do swirl the cup, do tap out the bubbles. I would say just don't swirl too much and just integrate from higher right in the middle. You can do tiny swirls, but don't bob up and down, because when you're integrating like this and you're going up and down, you're doing different heights and you're actually adding foam and you're breaking up some stuff. See how your oh, thank you for the donate. That's really sweet of you. See how your crema is like all warpy now? It's not only because you didn't swirl it, it's because you're like throwing it around. Try not to do that as much. Try to use the swirling in the beginning as the method to do that rather than the pitcher doing it for you, or the flow rate, whatever. Start a little sooner. I love that you came down close. That's great. And your heart actually looks really good. You want to kind of start the cut through a little bit sooner towards the end while you still have enough liquid to push with that forward flow. So you see how like right here, you want the end cut to be right about now. That way when you're using the last little bit of your milk and you kind of come up before you do the cut through, I think it'd be better if you leaned in and did the cut through a little sooner so that you get more of a V-neck in your heart. I think it'll look cooler. Good job though. I really do think that was a good job. I just think it just might be a texture thing. Just play around with that milk a little more. Try to get it all in the beginning, you know? And see if that works for you. See if that works for you. Don't be afraid with weaker steam ones like this to kind of give them a little bit more, but definitely focus on the vortex. Yeah, I don't really, so here's the deal. I haven't worked on the Bambino very much. I have used it. I don't know the best technique for it. I'm speculating whether or not this would work. Sometimes when I use like the little Brevels, like the cheaper ones, I will dramatically change the steam wand angle and I'll like give it crazy injections in the beginning and then just focus mostly on the mixing. And that usually works really well for me. There have been other times when I did gentle injections over a longer period of time and that also kind of works. It just depends. It really just depends sometimes on the milk, sometimes on how much liquid's coming out of the steam wand, sometimes how many tips, how big the holes are. All that stuff has, if there's any double holes, if there's any cross jets, you know, all that stuff has an impact. We'll do a steam wand video eventually. It's a little bit of a big project though. Good job though. Honestly, good job. I just think take those notes, practice that steaming, see if you can't get it a little tighter. Play around with transferring milk if you seem to never be able to get it tighter. Like if something's just always keeping it back, try transferring milk. See if that helps. Ooh, I needed water. That's wild. Okay. Woof. We have been doing this for a minute. I said woof. Woof. That's like when people go, you know. And you did a jug transfer last week and it helped? That's cool. That's good. That's good. Ooh, okay. Let's do another one. And then we'll do some Coccino roundups, I think. We could keep going. I guess I don't really have any reason not to. Hey, my cats are trying to get the pizza. Hold on. Pause. You've never been on stream before. Say hi. This is Dahlia. Say hi, Dahlia. Oh, she's okay. Say hi, Dahlia. She's a sweetie. She's like a little angel. She's the one who runs on the cat wheel most of the time. Little cleavage action. Not any worse than what happened earlier. Ugh. Cheesies. I still can't believe that happened. Ah, bruh. That's like trauma, I think. For the 14 people that may have seen Emilee. Potentially, maybe, sort of, probably, maybe not. Flash the audience, we'll see. Definitely did. Maybe not. I'm kidding, maybe I'm not. YouTube, don't do anything, please. I love you. All right. Where are we at? Where are we at? My phone or my camera battery is already dying. That's crazy. It's time for a switch. Before we go into this pour, it's time for a switch. It's fine. It's fine. I was mortified when it happened, but it's okay. It is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Everyone fucks up sometimes in their lives. Just remember, folks. Just remember. I'm sorry. Whoops. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I know. Thank you. Thank you. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am sorry. Sounds like it's not as bad as what some people did on work during Zoom during COVID. It was just, it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad. It wasn't great. It was a second, but it was like, fudge. Because I didn't know it was streaming, and I always just look at it to see if it's streaming or not. And it was just that moment I looked at it. I should have looked at it a beat before. But I had a hotkey for streaming that I didn't realize I hit when I was doing some text. I was playing around with texts. And I guess I know what happened. We were streaming for 7 minutes, which is totally fine up until the very last 30 seconds. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for being so understanding. Why did you have a children's account? That's so interesting. All right, I'm going to do this thing. Ready? Hold on, y'all. If anybody was in that live, let me know. I would like to know who saw that, experienced that moment. I would like to know. Okay. I'm gonna do a little thing really quick, and then we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go for a little longer today, I think. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Here we come. Getting back into it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Sorry. We're back. We're back. Do you guys like these? Be honest. We got 41 concurrent viewers. It always trips me up. Last time we had 90, which kind of makes sense. Like, it kind of did this one without advertising it at all. Which is fine. I just want to keep it that way. I just want to keep it that way. But how are we all feeling about this? Like, generally people are kind of staying for like 7 minutes. It's a long time. What would happen if we did a 24-hour stream? It'd be wild. I do want to say, I wish, this is our second one in 1 week. This is our second one we've done. Even though I spent the first like 30 minutes of it, hour and a half of it, critiquing pours I've already critiqued. That was really fun. But don't worry, we are going to keep doing these. This is a series. I think what I need to do is we need to cut these up. What do you guys think? Like, I think that we need to cut them up from the live stream and then post them. The first one was not as, I don't think it was as detailed as this one in terms of the visuals. Like, I feel like this one visually, like, yeah, you see, it like looks a little better. Whoops. That was weird. I want my, why is it doing that? Oh no, it took away my YouTube stream. I gotta start all over. Why? Why? This is why we need to cut it up. If you're an editor, call me. I need to hire an editor. I'm an editor, but I need to hire an editor. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I gotta do that thing where I copy the stream link over. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. So annoying. We're still working out the kinks. I'm learning. I think we're getting better. I think last time we were more like concise with what we were doing, but we're getting better in terms of like what we're trying to achieve. Do you know what I mean? Like what I'm trying to do, I think is on the right track. And last time, when is the Minecraft Let's Play happening? Do you want me to do video games? I could do video games. I do like games. I'm not a Minecrafter, but I don't actually play games, but I've never opposed to them. I just never had time. And I finally have like a little more time in my life. I can play games, you know? What games would you want me to play? Or no, I'm not going to be like a streamer, but what games would you want me to play? Because that would be a different thing. That would be like, you know, that literally is streaming, actually. That's like what streaming is. But I mean, we're basically doing that now, right? Like, it's just we're doing it in the theme of latte art and how to get better. We could always do it playing games. Just what games? Occasional game stream? That we would need to activate like a real Twitch, I think. You know what I mean? Like have an actual place for that. I don't think I would put that on YouTube. Like this is put on YouTube. Okay, we're back. I figured it out. Let me cut the screen for you guys. There you go. We're back. I'm tired. I'm like exhausted. This is really hard. Scumbag Saturdays. Joey, were you here earlier when I was talking about my invention? Roller Coaster Tycoon. Actually, there's something there. Joey, were you here earlier when I was talking about how I'm gonna make merch? And my merch is gonna be a tote bag that just says scum on it. So it's the scum bag. Would y'all buy that? Stardew Valley? Okay, I'm gonna take notes. What would y'all actually want me? You said you're definitely getting one. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna make a bunch. Would we do like white and black? I think white with black text, black with white text. And inside my jaw hurts. I have like a nerve thing, I think, or just a TMJ. I'm pretty sure. Oh, the click. That's not good. Zoo Tycoon. I can't just be all the tycoons, guys. It's just the Tycoon series. The Scumbag sponsorship at the next Logco. I don't think Logco would ever have anything to do with me. All the beef is generally gone. It's all been talked about with the people involved. Everything's good in regards to like all the stuff that happened with Logco, except for like Logco hasn't spoken to me. Logco never came to me to say anything. The like stuff that happened was between me and the person that it happened with, which is all fine now and we're in a good terms and all that stuff. But like Logco never said anything, and it happened kind of in their terms too. So it's like, you know, as far as I'm concerned, they don't want me there, right? If they don't want to have a conversation about what happened, they don't want me there. I don't know if I'm coming to Portland, DJ. Again, I'm not involved in Logco, and I don't have any intention to compete in Logco. So I don't know why I'd go there. I would go if it was cheaper. It's $300 each way, or not each way, sorry. It's $340 total round trip with like layovers. I'm not saying I can't afford a flight, but like I don't want to pay like $500 for a nicer flight because I don't want to lay over for 17 hours just to go somewhere I'm not supposed to be. Like I don't want to not go on the show floor where I feel not wanted. Doesn't really feel like a good time. I love Portland though. I have friends out there. That'd be the only reason. I originally thought we were going to do another premiere for my show out there. And if that had happened, then there would have been a real reason for me to go. I'm sorry, DJ. I might still, but I probably won't. It's very unlikely unless I take like a train out there or something. I refuse to pay that much for a flight somewhere I don't feel welcomed. That sounds hot. I don't want to feel like I'm coming in hot on the live stream. You know what I mean? I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying like there was a lot of drama that happened along the Laco stuff and no one ever came to me. And that's like, you know, that should have been addressed. Someone should have spoken to me after the almost 10 years of support I've given them, you know? That's all I'm saying. And so I don't have any interest. And also it's really sad we don't get to do live streams anymore of the Laco event. That means people don't get to watch it from home and share it with their families. ESOM did so much for the live stream. It was absurd how much they did. They, you know, took losses on that, like financial losses to make that happen. And that live stream was way more involved than this one is. They had to have portable Wi-Fi that never worked in the conferences. And somehow they would get on the phone with them and make the 4K work over time. I don't know how they did it. Had to hire a crew of camera people. Had to get the entire like interface on their like OBS or whatever they were using was wild. Multiple sound decks. Anyway, I miss ESOM's live commentary. I think it was something special. And I rest in peace. That's all I want to say. So I'm probably not going to go to Portland with all that being said, with all that drama. That's okay. I'm saying a lot because I guess I'm just like in that place. Yeah, Ethan crushed it. Thanos again. Yeah. I guess I'm just trying to like get my words right for this kind of conversation because it was a little drama heavy. It's not a problem, Joey. I just there is a little bit of a worm can there. This whole last year I was in the position of like defending competitors. Like my goal was to be the commentator and do what we're doing here, giving you advice live stream to say, oh, this competitor could do this a little better. That would help them to be helpful, right? And there were times that, I had different opinions on how things should be scored. I had different opinions on how things should be like semantics. And, sometimes you piss people off. Oops. I didn't mean anything to hurt anyone at all, ever. I just speak very strongly about latte art, But here we are. If you caught the live streams last year, they were really fun. That was a profoundly fun thing to do, to get to go to Coffee Fest and not have to participate, but get to help my friends get better and see the things that I see in them. Okay, let's get back into the pour because we've been staring at this person's knuckles for a long time. Okay, play it. I would have started right about now. I wouldn't, yeah, it should be okay to not agree with the judges. I agree. It was also like the tone, I think, like what I was saying was also like the tone. And, with that, I get why people get upset. I was a little feisty. I really care about the game, but it only ever comes from a place of defense for the competitors. And even in the fight, I still held my ground, through all of it, that I was helping. And I hope that I help. That is the whole point of all of this. Because I was not helped, really, not truly, and so I try to return the favor. And also I want to pour latte art from home. That's a really fun benefit of having a YouTube. It's kind of cool. Okay, snap back to reality. Whoops, there goes Emilee. Sometimes I was a little mean. Sometimes I was a little mean. This is true. Okay. I would have started sooner. I like how you dropped in though, because you did catch some color. But if you started sooner, you'd have a more full base. You'd be able to get more color and you would be able to flow a little slower. Again, we should make t-shirts that just say start sooner. Start about now and then land right about where you were landing, maybe a little deeper. and then you can flow a lot less because it'll just glide a lot easier. You can stay in the middle longer and ripple even more than that, and it'll look really cool. And then when you push all these layers in later, we may have seen this pour from a different angle earlier. Is this the same person? Maybe not. But separate these layers a little more. But again, if you start a little sooner, this cup is nice. Not neutrals are good. You'll be fine. They kind of spread out over time. So if you can get the base in deeper, it's really nice because then they'll spread out towards the top a little bit, all around the ring. It just looks really cool because I like to pour big rosettas in not neutrals because they start to get wider as the cup grows fuller. So yeah, right here, start right about here, stop. Don't do that extra curve. If you must do a continuous stream, do it here. And then you can go slower. You won't have to flow as heavy. And then you can have more room for your base. Really great start to your base. That like heavy flow kind of staggered ripple, that staggered ripple is fantastic. Absolutely the kind of vibe you want to get. Look at that. Look at that wide. That's perfect right there. And then you just kind of stop. Don't stop. Start sooner and don't stop. Keep going. Just keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep rippling. Do it. And then everything else will follow. Everything else is just layering, spacing, and pacing. Oh, I hope the demeanor didn't come down. I feel like my demeanor came down a little bit. It's okay. Luna's gone, but this is pretty good. What's your favorite equipment for filter coffee? Girl, it's probably my EG1, and lately I've been using my Pulsar, but lately I've been using the version that hasn't come out yet, that they had at Expo. You guys want to see? I'll go get it. Hold on. It's not like, I don't even know if they're going to release this. I have no idea if they're going to release this or not. I just know that, I know they were brewing with it at Expo. And I was like, that's the most beautiful one, except for the one that I made that was red. You should go buy it. I think there's only a few left. But we originally were going to do a blue Pulsar instead of the red one. But the blue that I saw wasn't my favorite color blue. This, however, is gorgeous. Look at that. Really pretty. It's dirty because I made coffee with it not too long ago. So I've been using this and my EG1  timely as my main setup. Sometimes I use my second favorite grinder is the Time More Sculptor 78. Yes. And it's with the weird ghost burr things. The like ghost burr hybrid, you know. Yeah, isn't that pretty? So like, ooh, actually, you know what's crazy? Is this matches now. Whoa. We were doing the thing with the barista grip came in today, and whether or not I like it is still up for debate. It's interesting. It's not exactly what I'm used to. Oh, shit. That was directly on my computer. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't realize there was water. It's okay. Apples can kind of take it a little bit. You know what I mean? Oops. $50 for the EG1. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. I didn't know you had $50,000 in your bank account. That's crazy. Should we do more of these or should we start doing the Coccino roundup? What time is it? I think we should go for 4 hours today. I think we should keep pushing it every time. How do y'all feel about that? If y'all get the bid above 4K, you can have it. You work in coffee, you're rich. Look. We won't make you do it. Don't worry. Ooh, we got 1,000 views so far, guys. That's awesome. Can we get 1,000 likes? I think it's doubtful, but it'd be cool. We've got 1,000 likes. I feel like the lens is a little like blurry. How do y'all feel? I just need a beat. Before we go into more. This is a very mentally heavy thing to do for hours. even though there was a long pizza break. Actually, maybe I should do a pizza break. Should I do a really quick pizza break and then we'll do Coccino roundup? How do y'all feel? Pizza break, Coccino roundup? 2-minute pizza break? I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what's going to happen. How do y'all feel? I don't want to lose you all, but, you know. Hold on. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. I think, folks, I think that, Dan, that's a really nice message you just sent my way. I think that Hedrick, Lance, my guy, and Hoff, my guy, you know, tallest in the games, are very fantastic people. And I think they have a great connection with their audience. I would say they have I would say their core audience is much larger and responsive. Like we have a really strong base here too. That I feel like we are like super connected and we're like in on I feel like it's like with us, it's like the inside jokes. You know what I mean? Actually, Lance has a lot of really of those like amazing, the Hans Ledrick videos are so funny. And I feel like that's exactly right. I feel like we do that without ever doing the, Emilee Alliant is what I'm trying to say. Amiant. How would you say? Oriant. We just naturally are that way. We just naturally are the silly goose, you know? But yeah. So what I want to do next is I want to do a little moment. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I don't know if deeper is the right word. I think they just have like a more grounded, larger audience. So like, yeah. I think that we have a more silly kind of like tone, scumbag, that kind of thing. Like we just have a lighter thing. We're not in it for we're just in it for fun lart, you know? So let me just see what I'm trying to find for you guys. Let's see. So we're going to do a little round that I like to call, the Coccino roundup. Yeehaw! This week we're going to be looking at all the best Coccinos and see who's going to put their best foot or Coccino forward. How much forward? It depends on how large you make the shaft of your Coccino. That's how the French would say it, I think. So Coccino roundup. Should we keep the text up or should we take it off? I think we should take it off. It's not technically a negative word because it's not actually a word. It's a fake word. So it's not offensive. Can we get some likes in the stream for the Coccino roundup? This is still going to be correcting your pores. It's just going to be, it's just going to be with Coccinos. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get that Coccino roundup going. Step 1, we got Coccinos on deck. Coccinos on deck. So, oh no, it's going to get... This is how you get demonetized. Now listen, this is abstract art. None of this is human. None of this looks like human. I wouldn't even call this controversial. I would just say these eggplants, these cowboy hats, these upside down elephants, these rosettas that happen to just have a stronger base and a little bit of, asymmetry in the crema. It doesn't make them wrong. It just makes them beautiful. Now listen, we'll start here. Jose, I think that's the same person. I don't know why the accent has to come out while I'm doing this. That's like my Texas roots, right? Can we get some love in the chat? Everyone's so quiet. Get in the chat. We're talking about our Coccino roundup. Coccino roundup. This is the best part. This is the best part of the day. Yeah. Jose's still here. That's so cool. Citizen. Let's see. So this is a really beautiful eggplant latte. Something I would say about it is I like that you did it as one continuous thing. You did it as a rosetta, which kind of gives the imprint that there's more like foliage down there. You know what I'm saying? Another thing I just love about this is the length is not too long. It's not too long. Size doesn't matter. It's not too long. It's not long at all, is what I would say. One time I saw this guy, this was actually a true story. He was in Washington Square Park and he was getting, this is awful, he was getting undressed. This is trigger warning if you don't like being undressed in your brain, your imagination. He was getting undressed in the middle of the park in the fountain. You can't do that. That's illegal. And he just I don't know if the guy was on something, but he got completely undressed and it kind of looked a lot like this. So it was a lot like this size. Maybe it's the water, maybe from the pond or the water fountain, but it is really small. And that's good. That's good because that's just the style you want. I like this deep slit up here. Interesting choice, but I really love artistically that you added this. The fact that you added this little bit right here shows that you really care about how people see you in life. Because you could have just stopped here. But you were like, no, 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 no. This is not like, this is the end of the night. This is the end of the night. This is the end. And the seam in the middle, yeah, you have to, you did the cut through and then you came back with what was left. Nice. Nice. I give it 69 points. Now listen, we're talking about these Coccicinos, you know, the seam was given at birth. Ew. Ew. We're looking at these Coccicinos, you know, like backstage, you know, uncut. Some of them are cut. Some of them are circumcised. This one's a little too realistic. I don't like when they get too realistic. It's a little bit of like, well, and honestly, I wouldn't say realistic's not the right word. I would wonder why the heart of your pore is so big, whereas this part's so small. So small, so small. Also fuzzy. Fuzzy, not just the milk texture, just generally fuzzy with the ripple. I like this design. One thing I'm really loving is these little abstract bits down at the bottom. Now, I've never seen these before. I say that for the YouTube people. For myself, now look, I like when these zigzag like that. I think it's really good. It's a little too close to home right here though. Give a little separation, get a little more color. Put this heart a little deeper over here, and then you can get more length. A lot of people like it when there's more length, you know. I do like that you stacked right here, like that you got some color. That's nice. Usually it's a different color. And then you go down here and you zigzag. I love the zigzag. It actually looks really clean. It looks like Charlie Brown's hair, you know? Or no, not his hair, his shirt. His shirt. I'm thinking of Bart's hair. It looks like Bart's hair or Charlie Brown's shirt. Nice. 67 points. Sorry. This is fantastic. A little bit of thinness on the milk. Now, what I'll say for you is it looks like, I can't really tell where the top of your heart is, but if this is the top of your heart right here, then you want to come in from this angle. See what I'm doing? You want to come in from that angle. That way it shapes rounded at the bottom. Right here is kind of the amount that you want to go see a doctor for, you know. You definitely like want to get that checked up on for any like lumps or anything like that. The length up here, I think this is just an uncut video, if you get my drift. This is an uncut video. This is what it is. Uncut gems up in this bee. And then a little bit of like this white out here. I don't like how the gradient from the center is white and then it's foggy. Too realistic. I don't like it. It's too realistic. And it's just, there's something about it that I'm just joking with you. Because it is an ew, Joey. It is an ew. We're all oohing. It looks like a mushroom. I agree. It does look like a mushroom. It also kind of looks like a fish. Do you see like the eye would go here? And then this is like the spine of the fish. And then this is, again, the stuff that comes out of the fish. It doesn't have to be different. It actually can stay the same. Okay. Nice. 100 out of 10. Wait, 100. Oh no. What the heck? What in the heck is this? This is like a maze. This is a maze. You've built a maze for me. I don't know if I speak this language. I don't think I speak this language. You know what I will say about this? We're going to hold. We're going to hold for a second because I have a lot to say about this. This is kind of obscene. Is Zaya still in the chat? Because Zaya poured this, right? Zaya, come forth. I'm going to text Zaya. See if Zaya's coming. We'll get Zaya in the chat for this. Oh, hello. Zaya, I don't think I have your number saved. I definitely have your number. I just don't think I have it saved. I suck. Zaya, do you have your... Okay, let's just do it anyway. I guess there's no Zaya. Zaya, why, oh, why, oh, why, is there no Zaya? You know there's no Zaya here. Okay. Okay. So I really want to talk about this because there's a lot going on here. There's three elements to this pour. Well, there's more than three elements, but there's three main elements. You have this section here, then this giant section down here. It is interesting that this section's the smallest. I really love how small these are, this little heart right here, and the angle is perfect. I like that this is one straight line, not too much ripple. You pulled back maybe a little quick. The faster you pull back on the Coccino, the thinner the shaft is going to be. And then if you're going to tuck back in later, right here, you're going to make that part more bulbous, which actually is a genetic trait. Depends on the person. A little crunchy here, but generally, this is probably one of the most magnificent we've seen simply for the maize that you get to do down here. Little deadly maize. You don't want to get caught in that stream. I do love that you've done this is like free pours. So it's like you've combined traditional latte art, which is traditional Coccinos, with free pour. And what you're doing is you have just enough foam that you're zigzagging and then coming up. It's like you're doing the chicken. You know, the chicken that the famous... If I re-edit this video, I'll put the chicken up. That's my kitty. Come here. Yeah, if I recut the video, I'll put the chicken up right here. But my baby's meowing. One part of the heart is smaller that's realistic. I think so too. I think that the heart has to be smaller. And that makes it look better. This looks really good. This is like 10 out of 10, 69 out of 69, 100% effort. Very beautiful. Cat on the wheel. Spider-Man was a model for this one? Absolutely. People like to say I look kind of like, what's his face? The most recent Spider-Man. I hate when people say that. Stop it. You're so cute. Don't meow. Come hang out with me. Don't even say it. Peter Park that fist up your butt if you name him. Okay, let's keep going. Tom Holland, yeah. I think it's just because we have a similar eyebrow shape and I guess maybe jaw shape. I don't know. Because when I look at us next to each other, I don't see it, but people like to comment all my old videos that I look like Tom Holland. I fucking hate it. It literally gave me so much trauma to hear that for the first 3 years of YouTube, and then I got over it. But now it's funny because he's cool. I don't know. If I ever saw him on the street, I'd be like, hey, what's up, twin? I would try to mimic his movements exactly. I don't see it either. I especially don't see it now. I think maybe in the past, maybe I don't know, maybe I had a haircut or something. I don't know. He's not Dutch? Okay, hold on. We got to take care of the cat. Come here. It's fine. Come here. Hey. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. She just wants attention. I've given y'all all this attention. Look at this just still being on the screen. Dahlia, what do you think of this? Dahlia, what do you think of that? Yeah, no, you're looking it up and down, right? It's weird, right? Zaya poured that. What do you think? Yeah, look at all the stream. Not like the stream coming out of the pour. Yeah. Yeah. My cats are really sweet. They don't mind being touched. In fact, I got her upside down. She's a little freaked out. But she's a sweetheart. She ain't gonna do nothing. Okay, she's out of here. Maybe she'll calm down now that I've given her that little bit of love torture, Wow, we've gone 3.5 hours. Is a long time. 3.5 hours is a bit. Okay. So yeah, I think this is one of the more magnificent pours I've seen all day. Definitely a very competition-worthy Coccino. Maybe also the Maze Championships could learn a thing or two about this. Kind of I like this little trident shape going on down here. It's really beautiful. I have cat hair on my face because I gave my cat a kiss. So let's go back right here. Zaya also took the time to do the 4 little dots at the top, and then, sorry, my nose has cat hair on it, and then cut through them. Fantastic. Above and beyond. Great texture, great execution. I would love to see it in the finals at a coffee fest. I don't know about this one. This is what is this, a top-down angle? I'm confused because I don't understand. My cats can't go outside in this apartment. No, it's Brooklyn. It's really tough. I do take them outside sometimes, but I don't let them go outside on their own. In the past, I did have my cats go outside for the different cats I've had. I've had cats die from going outside, like I've had one of my cats was stolen from my neighbors once a long time ago. So I don't know if I trust it anymore. They're just a little too skittish. They're just babies. They're like both runts. They're sisters, and they really don't know how to fend them for themselves. So I put them in like a stroller. You know what I mean? I'm like a cat mom. I'm not like, I'm trying to upgrade to where we take them to the park and I can give them a little tent. The only problem is how do I get them out of the little tent? Because I don't want them to run away. You know what I mean? It's tricky. Because then they could come to the park with me in the stroller, and then we could sit in like the picnic area and just have cats around. They can like sit outside. It'll feel like they're outside, but they're not fully outside. Okay. I guess Akira. This looks like a totem. It's just, okay, so I like this one a lot because of the shape, but I'm curious like what exactly is happening. Is it like a really long bunny that's also got like a weird foot here? Just one foot. I do see where you're going here. I think what you should try to do in the future, unless you want this to be considered a top-down angle, which is totally valid, there is always that angle, is to have the heart come from the side. So have the heart be sideways and then lean in this way. I don't hate this. I actually really like it. This shape up here looks uncomfortable though. That looks uncomfortable. Like that doesn't look like a pleasant experience, if you know what I mean. Cat on the wheel, cat on the wheel, cat on the wheel. Sorry, I'm trying not to be annoying, but I'm a little annoying. 10 out of 10, honestly. This is good too. This is more like a traditional pour that just went wrong. I do like the thickness and the girth here. That's because you pulled back exactly at the right pace, which filled it up to be very square, which when, not excited might be more accurate depending on the person. I've seen some things. But that's a really great technique. I like this one a lot. Make sure to fill the cup up a little bit more and don't be afraid to put a second layer in there. Moving on. Oh, the last one of the Coccino roundups. We got a matcha cappuccino. A matcha cappuccino. I don't know if I'd call this one. This kind of looks like Pac-Man eating like a cappuccino. But I would say that this should be sideways and then it'll all make sense. Unless, again, you're doing the top down. But if you're doing the top down, I'm concerned about these layerings. I'm concerned about this like stacking you've got going on. I don't think that's medically safe. I feel like you should definitely go to the doctor in that regard. And the ripples here are also concerning. I don't know. I just don't see that being like safe for the body, That being said, matcha does have lots of antioxidants. I think that's all I have to say about this cappuccino. Quick and simple. Nice. 9 out of 10. Pac-Man eating a nice... yes. Yo. And that was it for the Coccino roundups. Now I'm wondering if anybody else has any Coccinos and you want to put them in the chat, you want to put them in the Discord, go make sure to hit that link down below and put your Coccicinos in there because we are definitely going to do this again. Coccino roundup is going to be like, maybe we'll do like a Coccino Wednesday or something. What day is it today? Monday? Maybe we'll do that. All right, y'all. Should we keep going or should we stop here? I feel like we've gone a long time. 3.5 hours, 340 is crazy. I said we'd go to 4, but tired. Been going since like daylight. What the hell? If we actually did streaming though, if we did like video games, what games would you guys want to see? I need to like the last one we did so that I know where we are and leave off. I don't really remember. Was it this one? I think it was that one. All right, so next time we need to, so I'm going to like this one with a heart. Wait, that hides it from me. I'm going to add, I don't know. What do we do? What should we add? Fine, I'll just remember it. Orange shirt, added a fire. There it is. I used to have a cat that would follow me around the neighborhood. I used to live in this treehouse in the woods, and we had a bunch of cats, like 25 cats at one point, because they all had babies at the same time. But one of them was really adventurous and would follow us when we would walk around the neighborhood. But it would always stay just a little bit behind. So it would stay like behind a tree, maybe 30 feet behind us. I've been playing Stardew since I'm off for the summer. It's so cute. Okay, I'll look into it. What do I need to play it? Is it like on Switch? Is it on Steam? What is it on? I don't know if I can do certain things with the Mac. But that's exciting though. I guess I could always get an input card thing. Yeah, I guess that's what I'd have to do. And she would follow me. Yeah, it was really cute. She was cute. She got stolen by a neighbor. The neighbor like saw her once outside and gave her food and then renamed her Eleanor. That was not her name. Her name was Leia. I'm not a Star Wars fan. My ex named her. But her name was Leia. And yeah, she was stolen. One day she was gone and the neighbors had moved and she was gone. Yeah, let's do Stardew Valley. How do I play that? How do I play it? I'm gonna look it up. Do you guys like Coccino Roundup? Did you have fun? Oh, that's cute. Oh wait, what is it? So it's a farm simulation game? That's fun. That's pretty cute. This is not what I thought of. This is cute though. I think I've seen this promoted before. This is adorable. I have a Switch. I have an older Switch. We could play what's the one? The Zelda game. No, we don't even play Zelda. I'm not very good at that game. What is it? Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I'm okay at it. You know, I've beaten them, but it's like I don't like the endless possibilities of Tears of the Kingdom. It's like I don't like that it's too much. It's like there's too many options. I don't like it. I have both. Link's Awakening. We could play that. Oh, we could also play Arceus. I've never played it. My ex played Arceus. I have it on my Switch, and I've been wanting to play it. Is it Arceus or Arceus? The Pokemon one. You can't believe I commented that kind of latte art. Yeah. Hey, listen. Legends Arceus is pretty good. Okay. But we have a yes to Zelda. We could do it. I'm not opposed to it. I could make it work. I would need to do a little more work into the setup, I think. I think I'm done reacting to pores today. So I think I'm going to go ahead and turn the screen off. And oops, wrong one. And yeah, I think we'll do that for now and just talk to you guys for a little bit longer, then we'll close it out. That was really fun. Today was a really fun one. The Coccino Roundup. Hopefully I can like take that out from the download of this because I would really love to make that a full little moment. Stardew Valley used to write reviews and that was the game of the year. What makes it so exciting? What makes it so good? Because it seems like, is it like the old Facebook Farmville or whatever that game was, you know? Or is it like more involved than that? Because I don't want to just like have people watch me farm unless there's like more interesting. You know, I'm nervous that it would be like tedious is what I'd be nervous of. Unless it's hella addictive. It's very possible. Sometimes they are. I like a hella addiction. I want to play. I have a Wii U. I don't know if the Wii U. It's old. I have a Wii U. We could play Mario Kart, or we could play. I also have that on Switch. We could also play. What's on the Wii U? The original, not the original. The HD version of Wind Waker is on the Wii U, and then I also have Twilight on the Wii U. Twilight Princess. I could probably find a way to hook that up to my computer. Maybe. I don't know if the Wii U lets you. It has an HDMI port, so it should let you. Be kind of fun. I just don't like the interface on the Wii U at all. It's old. I could play Good Coffee, Great Coffee? What's that? Is that like an actual thing? Good Coffee, Great Coffee. I should play a coffee game. I should play a coffee game. You're so right. Hold on, let me screenshot Stardew Valley. I'll look into it. If I did a stream and we did games, where would I put it? I'd have to put it on like Twitch. I wouldn't be putting it on this. You guys would have to just know to come find me. You gotta hit the bell if you haven't already. Hit the bell. What am I looking up? I'm looking up Good Coffee, Great Coffee. Good Coffee. It was weird. It just lagged. Good Coffee, Great Coffee. Oh. Wait, I've seen this. Where have I seen this? This looks silly. I almost said something meaner. It looks so silly. I am still streaming, Erin. We're still here. Sorry, I just haven't left. We had a pizza break, though. Still streaming. Still streaming. You can tell I wanted today to be this. I wanted to do this with you guys for a long time today. Are there any more coffee games? That'd be kind of cool to do a coffee game episode. Are there any more? Do y'all know any of coffee games? Are there any latte art games? That's crazy you were at work. Your shift must be really short. It's only been almost 4 hours, but you weren't there in the early stream, were you, when I accidentally did bad things? Coffee shop simulator? Wait, that's good. That's good. Hold on. Is that a real thing? That's exactly what I want. Hold on. That's what we need to do. Coffee shop simulator. Is it real? It's on Steam. Wait, it has 2 stars. Is it bad? Is it bad? Oh my god. Guys, I think we have to play this. I think we have to do this. I'll do Good Coffee, Great Coffee, and this. Look. 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 Can you see that? Look, it's like an actual coffee shop. It's really bad? Why is it really bad? Without spoiling it, what makes it so bad? Oh, we're gonna play this. I wonder if we can on my laptop. Why is it bad? We're so done with the reactions, though, just so you know, Erin. We're not doing the reactions now. We're done. I'm taking a break. I'm just talking to you guys now. Coffee Caravan? Okay. More coffee games. Keep going. This is good. I'm taking notes. We got Roller Coaster Tycoon and Coffee Caravan. Let's go. Oh, I gotta figure out more about this coffee game. Coffee Caravan. That simulation's awesome. Wait, Coffee Caravan's so cute. Is this the same? No, this looks different. This is cute. It has 10 out of 10 on some stuff and 9 out of 10 on Steam. That's crazy. Oh, it came out last year. Oh, and then, oh, sorry. I'm itching my nose. I'm not picking my nose. I'm itching it. You could play cat games like Stray. Send me a horror game. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to be like one of the people on TikTok, you know. I'm not weak. I played Luigi's Mansion growing up. I'm not scared. Let's see. People who played Coffee Caravan. Why am I in Reddit now? That's weird. I guess we can try that. That's really fun. Anything else, guys? Anything else that we should play? We only have, we'll do 10 more minutes. We'll try to get to 4. See if we can get to 4 hours, you know? That would be really cool. Hanging out with you guys. Some of that time was me fixing all the chaos in the stream and then eating pizza, but, Coffee Caravan. Okay. Cat games. All right, y'all. Maybe I should just end it early. I think like 3:50 is fine unless y'all want to talk about something, but I'm chilling. I always say let's end it, and then I like hang out for longer. At a clip. What do we think of this? I want your opinions. What do you think of that? Would you use it? Stray is a great game. Okay. I'll consider that. I'll consider that. It doesn't have to be, it can be a cat game. That's good. I just can't, I don't have any reason for it to only be a coffee game. Stray game. Wait, this looks cool. Wait, Stray looks really cool. Oh my god, it has a 10 out of 10 on Steam. That's crazy. Alright, Stray's on the list. Stray's on the list. Stray's a contender. Stray is a contender. Would you use this? I don't know. Gripper. It's comfy, kind of. Not uncomfy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Stray. Okay, so Stray. So I'll look into Stray. It looks great, honestly. I think I'm just gonna end it here. I think this is a good spot. I think we've kind of come a full circle. We did a ton of reviews. Some of them we already did, and we did them again. And we did a little Coccino roundup, which is always special. It's going to be our future. If you have a Coccino, go submit it in the Discord. We chatted. We had pizza. We had a pizza break. Honestly, this was a great stream, unlike the one I did earlier that I had to immediately delete and hide from view forever. Latte stand tycoon? That's a joke. That's a joke. Latte stand tycoon is a joke. I'm not that gullible, but I'm going to look it up. I know you're joking. It's not a joke? That's not a joke. Stop. Oh my gosh. When did there become so many coffee games? I thought that was an absolute joke because we were talking about Tycoon earlier. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's also a contender. It has mostly good reviews? Okay. I'm going to look into all this and we're going to maybe do a... This could be a thing. We could do this. We could do this. All right. I love you guys so much. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I love you. Have a great day. Hit subscribe if you didn't already. You know how it is. Ooh, message retracted. Interesting. Ciao.